Alright, listen. The thoughts and opinions expressed on the Stay Down LA podcast belong to me, K Stacks, the P, and maybe whoever else got the nerve to pull up. This ain't for the overly sensitive, overly serious, or anybody looking to be offended on purpose. If you're mad, you might want to log off now. For everybody else, welcome to the Stay Down LA podcast. Let's talk our shit. What up? It's your boy K Stacks, the P, and welcome back to another podcast episode. It is officially 1 year. Happy anniversary. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think I was gonna be able to make it. I didn't think I was meant to do it, man. I don't know how I did it. How did I do it? I just did it. That's how I did it. I'm just kidding. But no. Welcome one, welcome all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to the Stay Down LA podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm very glad and very happy that you decided to join us. You know what I'm saying? Be a part of this production that it is today. This is a live recording, live broadcast. So, you know what I'm saying? Those that join live, I appreciate you. For those that are returning, you're a real one. I fuck with you. I love you. And I appreciate you for even fucking with this podcast or even giving this podcast a listen. For those new to the podcast, welcome. Find a place to sit. Try not to sit on anybody's designated seats. They don't have any names on them, but everybody's seat has been taken. So find you an empty seat that looks like there hasn't been a groove really molded into it. You know what I'm saying? That way you don't get pressed or anything like that. Because the people that sit here, they're scorpions. They're very, very prideful, and they're very, very possessive over their spaces. So please try not to sit in anybody else's spot. With that being said, this is episode 53, and episode 53 signifies a very important number and signifies a very important goal or milestone that I have reached. And the milestone that I have reached with this podcast is 1 year. It has officially been 1 year of recording, 1 year of uploading, and 1 year of producing this podcast. Today, technically speaking, today, July 10th, 2025, was the first day I ever released an episode, released a podcast, released any audio recording, anything podcast related. July 10th, 2025 was the first day I did that. So now it is July 10th, 2026. So it has been a full year. It's actually pretty crazy when you think about it, you know what I'm saying? Because each episode represents a week. So 52 weeks of podcasting, 52 weeks of just getting on here and expressing myself, talking my shit, and now we done made it to episode 53, meaning now we are in 1 year plus, you know what I'm saying? And the saying goes, don't quit anything until you do it for a year straight. And since doing this podcast for a year straight, I can definitely say it's not something that I feel like I need to quit. It's not something that I feel like I need to stop doing. It's just something that I need to become more efficient at carving time for, you know. Like I tell you guys every episode, every week. An episode might say 2 hours, but it might take me 4 hours to do. An episode might say 1 hour, but it took me 1 hour to do. 2 hours to do. Generally speaking, I'm really good as far as being on camera, being in that mode, and logging in. It's just, like I said, just making sure I get the time to do so. And one thing that, you know what I'm saying, like I said, now that it's been a year, I see what I do good, I see what I do bad, and it's just more so just, because I was talking to somebody about it yesterday, not overextending myself, allow myself to rest, so that way I don't feel like I gotta rush things, you know what I'm saying, because I told you guys all the time, if I want to give you guys a weak product, I might as well just not give you guys a product at all, because over here, it's quality over quantity, you know what I'm saying. That's why where I could just be doing maybe a podcast episode. I don't think I could probably, not, because one thing the homies was something about, I had to take can't out of my vocabulary. I don't want to say I can't do it, but dropping a podcast episode every other day is doable, but the quality level would significantly drop, and then overall that would just be disappointing in my head, because that isn't what I want to produce for you guys. So with that being said, I just have to get that out the way to just let you guys know the importance of this number 53, it being the 53rd episode, it being the 53rd week of me doing this Stay Down LA podcast. It's just really important to me, and it just overall just shows that I feel like for me, especially, if I could get on here, like I literally just made a plan. I said, hey, I don't have any real inclination or any real like reason to need to podcast. This wasn't like from a need. This wasn't from a necessity. Wasn't because anybody told me to do it. Somebody was like, oh, Kaduz, you talk really good. You deserve a podcast. You should be on a podcast. This was all personal. This was all just self-motivational, self-inspired of just, just watching my, I guess you could say, I consider them peers now because I feel like we're in the same space. So anybody does podcasting, anybody does any type of streaming, content creation, I consider them my peers. But of course, just looking up to the ones that inspired me, like I said, academics, the Joe Budden podcast, and anybody that I just watch streaming wise, Dashy, any content creators that just like motivated and pushing me, that just made me feel like, if they could do it, I could do it too. A big shout out to you guys because you guys were like ultimately that push that really made me decide that yes, stop being a pussy, stop being scared, get out there and express your thoughts, express your opinions. Even if people don't agree with you, even if people don't side with you, the goal here is to just really give you guys a look or a preview or a dive into my mindset and my thought processes, and just hopefully influence others to want to be better, do better, and just overall improve their current situations any which way they can, and hopefully by listening to my experiences, it helps you learn what mistakes not to make, so that way you can just do all the good things, or if I do the good things, you have a nice blueprint to follow for that too. So now this is brought to you guys, and so that's what I think I've come up with the proper way to say who this is brought to you by. So this is the Stay Down LA podcast, and this is under the Stay Down Network, under the Kaduz or the K, because I think it was the, what is it? What's that nigga name? His name is not Sean Combs because that's Diddy. Sean Carter. So my shit is gonna be called the K Adu group, or the K Adu, you know what I'm saying? K Adu Enterprise, and that's my brand, is Kaduz.edu. Kaduz editor edu, that's the creator, that's me. So it's a K.edu enterprise, organization, group, whatever you want to call it. That's the hub. And then under that hub, we have, of course, the Stand On LA podcast, Stand On LA network, Stand On LA fitness. So there's the K.e group, Kaduz.edu group, K.edu group, Kaduz.e group, whatever you want to call it, K.e group, K.e enterprise, K.e whatever. And then under that, Stand On LA podcast, brought to you by me, brought to you by the K.e group, you know what I'm saying? So big shout out to myself, big shout out to everything that I'm doing, everything I'm building. And I'm saying that now because, like I said, as each episode comes out, you guys are literally seeing me getting this brand from the ground up, working on a name, working on a personality, working on just who I am and what I want this brand to be. So, who am I? My name is K Stacks the P, K Stacks the player, K Stacks. Not whatever you want to call me. You just gotta call me that pretty much. You know what I'm saying? That's usually what I go by. But of course, if you know me in real life name is Kaduz. And who am I? I am an artist. I make rap music mainly, but I am a songwriter, meaning that I write tracks. I can do any type of genre for real. I rap mostly, but I've always been interested in rap music. I mean, alternative music, rock music. Like, I've always just been interested in music that just evokes passion, that requires emotion, that requires real feeling. So that's my background. But then also I just work out a lot. I have a BA in psychology, so I'm very well versed in the human mindset, human behavior. That's why a lot of the topics we talk about here, I talk about based on behavior patterns and stuff like that to recognize. I make content, so I have a little bit of background of editing, you know what I'm saying? And just overall, all that background and all that experience just made me confident enough, gave me that ability to what I feel like is speak on the things that I speak on, which is really mainly the stuff that I go through the week, and then just movies, music, anything that might have dropped, anything that's not really cool, and of course any topics or social media anything that's just going viral, you know what I'm saying? So with my background, you know, being Nigerian, being American, I feel like I have every right and every facet in my being that has given me the ability to be able to speak on that. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the wrong word to use, but we're using it anyway. So now that that's out the way, the most important part and my favorite part of the podcast is now upon us, which is a prayer. I am Muslim, so I always like to start my podcast episodes with a prayer that covers over the episode, covers the viewer, and of course covers myself and my family members. That way, you know what I'm saying, you can never be too blessed. You know what I'm saying? Just to show Allah my gratitude and my appreciation for just having this ability and this platform. I was blessed to understand Islam Rahim, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Ihdinas mustaqim, Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim, ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amen. Allah, I want to say thank you so much for waking me up today. Allah, I want to say thank you so much for giving me another opportunity today. I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to make it to and from home. I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to have a place and have a form of employment, for having employment. I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to have a roof over my head. I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to have a bed under my back, a room to myself, a bathroom to myself, clothes on my back, a roof over my head, water, food, necessities. Thank you so much for allowing me to be able to have all the necessities that allow me to be able to live not only a good life, but a peaceful life, an extravagant life, a gratitude-filled life. I want to say thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for my body. Thank you so much for my mind, my soul, my heart, my lungs, my chest, my arms, my fingers, my eyes. Thank you so much for allowing all my appendages to be in place and to be working, for allowing no sickness to befall me that affects me to be able to work. Thank you for allowing me to be able to have the health, the ability to be able to move, be able to wake up, be able to be proactive and active. And overall, thank you so much for the brain that you have bestowed upon me, the ability to learn, the ability to be able to reason, and the ability to be able to just learn from my mistakes and be better, and the ability to want to be better. You know, I thank you for that. And to the audience, I thank you so much for allowing me to have this audience. I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to be able to reach 1 year of the STAYDOWNLA podcast. I remember like it was just yesterday. I remember just thinking to myself, I want to get on there and talk, not knowing what I was going to talk about, not knowing how difficult it was going to be. But I will say this journey has been very beneficial, and I'm so grateful for it, for this experience, for allowing me to just learn how to be a better content creator, and overall just learn myself better, as each episode has been a challenge, but in a good way, of just overall just getting over whatever fake obstacles that I set before myself, because at the end of the day, I can do anything and I can have whatever reality that I want, as long as I work hard to achieve it, as long as I put in the necessary work to get to it, and as long as I keep Allah first and foremost in my life, guiding me and protecting me. Inshallah, mashallah, Allah, I ask that you pass these blessings on to my family, those that mentioned my name, those that didn't mention my name, and of course the viewer, the audience, and of course to the haters too, because they also still deserve to be blessed and loved. Inshallah, mashallah, Allah, thank you for allowing me to be all these needs and more, and allowing me to continue to grow. Ameen. So, and please Allah, I ask that you continue to allow my angels. Big shout out to my grandmas, Auntie Bosse, Latif's mom, Latif, Khalila, and Aliyah. I ask that you can allow them to continue to watch over me, guide me, and protect me. Thank you. Always got to give a big shout out to all the people that I know, because I know there's people that passed away that I know that I may not be thinking of in particular, but those are very pivotal to me. You know what I'm saying? That I feel like really, really affected me. You know, Latif passing away, Khalila passing away, Elliot passing away. Like, those are people that are around my age that really, you know, was really there for me. You know what I'm saying? Elliot went to high school with my nigga King Drew. You know what I'm saying? Like, really was my dog. Was really like my hood homie. I ain't gonna lie. Like, really like the real big, not big homie because we were the same age, but like the nigga that was really like on that. Like, when it came to just ratchet festivity, that really like just showed me like, man, like I'm really blessed to be able to have the ability to just be able to go to school and just go to school, because my nigga was really out here and like was doing his thing and was still making it work. And it sucks that life transitioned the way that it did, but I know he's in a better place now and he's looking down, and you know, I'm hoping he's proud of me, hoping I'm making him proud. Khalila, you know, I'm not gonna speak too much on her situation, but as far as just our connection and how important and how prevalent she was to me, she was just someone that was just always just very kind, very nice, very open, very outgoing, you know what I'm saying? Great personality, great smile, very beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Just an amazing soul overall, you know. Gone too soon. I just ask that she continues to watch over me, you know what I'm saying, protect your boy, guide me, you know what I'm saying, keep me away from these bad ladies, because I'm like, you know, you the big homegirl, you know what I'm saying, looking out for your homeboy, you feel me, like, homie, that's sis right there. And of course, big bro Latif, you know what I'm saying, like, big shout out to Latif, big shout out to the Dooley Asthma Foundation, because overall, you know, I feel like in life sometimes, especially, you know, natural causes and, you know, illness, ailments, things like that, you don't realize how important it is or how much attention needs to be brought to a situation or to something till you might lose someone to that thing. So I feel like Latif definitely brought my attention even more to asthma and just made me just want to be more of an advocate for it. So it sucks that he's gone so soon, you know what I'm saying? But I know he wouldn't want me to be sad, wouldn't want me to be depressed. He would want me to be happy, living life, you know what I'm saying? And using him as motivation to keep going strong. So that's what I do it for. And that is also a big person that once he was gone, I told myself I can't make any excuses because life's too short. And he was one of those people that I knew that when they say they squeeze life for everything that it has, that seizes the day, that takes advantage of anything they can take advantage of, Latif was one of those people that I knew lived life to the fullest. So my goal now, even though I haven't been doing as good as I could, is to try to live my life to the fullest, you feel me? So big shout out to them. So now that I've got the prayer out the way, I'm going to just get into what an overall summary of what today's episode should, you know, basically is about. So, yes. So, today's episode is going to involve pretty much me talking about my weekly recap from Friday to Wednesday of this week. Friday of last week to Wednesday of this week. I wasn't able to watch any movies in time for today's recording, so I'm not going to really be able to speak on any movies. The movie that I was planning to see was Evil Dead Burn, so more than likely we'll speak on it in episode 54. Yeah, I think the honest truth about it was once I had messed up, or once I had affected my weekly movie viewing, and once I had got off the ball with that, I think it messed up my ability to be able to have a movie lined up for each week. Because when I first started the podcast, I watched the movie that week, and then I explained it, and then that same week I watched another one. So I had another one ready for next week from that week. But because I didn't watch a movie, or the movie that I watched last week, I spoke on it last week, I don't have a movie to speak on this week because I had to still watch a movie this week. So Means technically should have been a movie that I spoke on today, but because I ended up recording last week's episode after I seen it, I was able to speak on it in last week's episode. So technically speaking, it should have been a rolling movie topic. So each movie I see this week, I'm supposed to speak on it the next week. But because I didn't see a movie, or the movie that I saw last week, I spoke on last week, I don't have a movie this week. And I didn't realize it until yesterday or today, till I realized, like, damn, hold on. How was I going to be able to speak on Evil Dead Burn if I didn't see it yet? So the movie that we were supposed to speak on, or could have been speaking on, would have been Evil Dead Burn. So I apologize. I will be speaking on it next week, which is so weird. No, I don't think I'm tripping. I think I got it. I think I'm tripping because I'm going off of my schedule, right? Because like I said, usually I watch a movie, I'll make a TikTok movie review for it, and it will be that weekend. So for example, Evil Dead Burn, I would have seen it yesterday. I would have making a TikTok movie review for it today, and then I would have talked about it next week. So yeah, that's accurate. I usually talk about movies after the weekend, so I'm not tripping on that. I think it was just more so, like I said, I just didn't see it, so it's messing up my body schedule, my mind schedule is off. But everything's gonna be good by next week because I'm gonna go see Evil Dead Burn this week, so it'll already be in my repertoire. And then I think there's a movie coming out next week too, so I'll be able to see another movie for next week's episode. So episode 54 we'll speak on Evil Dead Burn, and then episode 55, so by episode 54 I'll be back on track with my movie viewing experience. So yeah, we're gonna speak on that, and then so instead of that, I'm gonna just speak on Jujutsu Kaisen season 1 and season 2, just my thoughts and opinions. I guess we could just go through, just probably do like a 10-minute segment, depending on, because it's 24 episodes each season, so I probably won't go too crazy. I'll probably just do a summary of each season, tell you guys what I thought was really interesting, what I thought they really did good. Because I don't know why this time around, this go around, because, each show or each TV show, generally speaking, they have plot armor, the main characters. There's usually stuff that they get away with. And for some reason, I feel like I didn't notice how much JJK was given passes. Like, Yuji Itadori has so many moments where he should have been, you know what I'm saying? But the way that the story went, he just would, come out on top. But, so, yeah, we'll talk about some Jujutsu Kaisen. That's really all I've been watching, y'all. I'm going to just keep it a bean. I haven't been really watching anything else. And then, of course, give you guys some Instagram topics that I found and some Twitter topics. You feel me? And because, like I said, we're going to have the movie or the media topic. Because I feel like media, movies, they all kind of mix. The TV topic is going to be a little small. We'll have more time for the social media topic. So, I'm probably not going to go too crazy today's episode. Today's episode is really just, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we got what we need. We're going to get straight to it. We're not going to diddle-daddle. But I just want to give you guys an overall scope of what we're going to get into today. So, if we're starting with Friday, on Friday of last week, this is basically what I went through and stuff like that. Let me go to my journal and then we're going to do the recap. So on Friday, I did a bike ride. Or am I? No, I didn't. Yes, I'm not tripping. Because last Friday was July 3rd. This weekend that just passed was July 4th weekend. So, you know what I'm saying? Happy Independence Day to America. You feel me? Happy White People Independence Day. At around 4 a.m., I woke up, you know what I'm saying? Bright and early. Did my thing. And that's what it was. Because I ended up recording, like how I'm recording today on Friday. I recorded last week on Friday. But like I said, I had seen the episode. So, or I seen the movie. So more than likely, if I had recorded the podcast that Thursday morning, I would have been talking. So that's what it was, y'all. It's me. I see now where my issue was. It's really, like I said, just timing wise and making sure I record. For my visual watchers, I apologize for what you guys are about to see. As you guys might not know, but well, you guys probably do know if you've been here a while. But you guys know I run and stuff. So right now my leg is kind of hurt. It's kind of sore, so I'm just stretching it. So if you see me looking this way, I apologize. I'm gonna look at the camera though. Don't worry, guys. So on Friday, I woke up at like 4 a.m. to do episode 52. You know what I'm saying? Got it out the way. Around 8 a.m., I was pretty much done. And then the plan was to go ride my bike originally. If you guys know anything about me, I really like riding my bike. So I originally was going to go to the beach and ride my bike. But the thing is, on a perfect day, this is how my bike ride is supposed to go. I'm supposed to, on a perfect day, right? On a perfect day where everything... Oh, hold on, y'all. I always forget to do it because I usually like to start the incense at the start of the conversation, but I'm so glad I remembered. Today's incense of the day, of the pod, is going to be Sex on the Beach. It's actually really funny. I'm only 3 incense left of my Bob Marley, so probably, tomorrow I'm off. I'll probably go hit the store, probably re-up on something so that way I don't run out too soon. But like I said, today's Smell Good is going to be Sex on the Beach. Sex on the Beach. Let's get that sparked up as I continue the conversation. So, generally speaking, a perfect day for me, if it comes to a bike ride, is as follows. I get all my necessary stuff prepared the night before, i.e., I make sure that my lights are charged, my rear view light, my front light, those are good. I generally would get my backpack ready. My backpack's a big shout out to Big TT, shout out to Tiani for the bag, because I ain't gonna lie. When I say, and that's what I'm saying, this episode is gonna be it's gonna be how I feel like every episode of my podcast should be, which is comfortable, natural, and conversational. However the conversation goes is how it goes. That's where I feel like when I was having my 3-hour episodes where I was just like, where I'll be like, damn, I get to 3rd hour and then I'm just not getting to topics. That's where I'm trying to get back to, instead of being so overthinking. But what I will say is, I'm definitely proud of how prepared I was today. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been telling you guys the last 2 weeks, your boy hasn't been prepared as he could be. So speaking of preparation, the thing with my bike rides would be I would prepare the night before if everything goes good. But let's just say, for example, I prepare this day of. I prepare the day of. My lights are charged. I get the backpack that Big TT bought for me. I'll pretty much put the headlights in there, my beats in there, my tripod in there, my face mask for the bike, my do-rag for the bike, my glasses for the bike, because it's as follows. My head fit is like this: do-rag, mask, glasses. So I had to have all that. Then my gloves, then of course my jersey, my crotch protector, and then the shorts, and then of course my bike shoes. They stay in the car because it's just more efficient that way. And then of course the bike itself, my baby girl, she'll be pumped already. Everything will be nice and ready. And then if she's not, I will pump her, that moment of. But generally speaking, when I go for my bike rides, I usually try to get out the house by 5:30 or by 6 the latest, because that's usually when the beach opens for parking to the public. So I'll get there, if God willing, get there exactly at 6 something. Then of course get the bike out the car, have it posted up, set up my tripod to record my stretches, because I always have to do a warm up. You know what I'm saying? Those bike rides are no joke. Don't let how comfortable and how relaxed I look fool you. It's a lot of work being done on that bike. So I'll essentially do that. Then of course 30 minutes out, 30 minutes back. Come back, pack her up, and then head home. So that's in the perfect day how my bike ride should go. So it should be a 2-hour process, and I'm talking about 2 hours the whole process. Like 30 minutes of getting ready to get there, 1 hour of bike riding, and then 30 minutes to get back home. So that's 2 hours right there. You feel me? And then of course get some breakfast or something after, a nice donut, nice croissant. We haven't been, we as in me and my twin, we haven't been on a hike in a long time. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to say it's been a little while. It's been low key, because the last hike I went on was with Tiani. So yeah, it's been a while since I've been on a hike. So for sure, I definitely gotta, and that's what I'm saying. I gotta rotate the cardio that I do. My issue is I love running so much right now that I've been just focusing on running. But I haven't been doing my hikes. I haven't been doing my Culver City stairs. And that's it. I think those are only 2 things that I've been missing on. So, man, maybe Sunday I go on a nice little 5 a.m. hike at Griffith Park. Because I could go early, get that done, and be done in time. Well, it depends on what I do on Saturday. So, we'll hold that thought. But pretty much, like I said, I'm going to try to rotate each weekend because I miss my donut lady. But generally speaking, like I said, I will finish that bike ride, get home, get ready for work, cool. And I'm saying that if I was to be working on 1:30 to 10, I think I could still make a bike ride at that time by 12. I think I could still make a 12:30 shift, because generally speaking, the goal is to get there at 6. So that way it's like 6 to 7 bike ride, 7 to 8 getting home, 9 to 10 getting ready for work. You know what I'm saying? Like, really just start as early as possible, so that way I can get enough time to chill. Because I ain't gonna lie, I may not notice it right then and there, but your boy I do be needing a nap after the run, after the bike ride and stuff. So definitely chill out after that and stuff like that, and then just go from there. But because I didn't record the podcast on Thursday, not that I was forced, I was just it was a personal obligation to now record it on Friday instead of because I'm like I said, the further back I push it, I feel like the more I have to add to the recap. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if I'm recording on Friday, it's only right I speak on Thursday. But for the most part, I'm not supposed to speak on that. I'm supposed to stop right there. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, this is the last week where I'm going to do it, because next week I'm actually closing on Thursday. So I'm going to be able to record before I go to work. So the issue is, or at least for this week, because like I said, I don't want to sit here speaking absolutes. I got to work on that. The issue that I faced this week when it came to recording the podcast was the night before on Wednesday. I guess technically speaking, I was going to be in the recap, so I'll save it. I'll save that part. But because I was recording on the Friday of July 3rd, or July 3rd, I don't know what the heck that word is, on July 3rd, I couldn't make it to the beach to ride the bike. Or I could have, it just would have been a rush job. And like I just explained, I'm very intentional, I'm very detailed, I'm very calculated with the bike ride. So a rushed bike ride is just uncomfortable, and it just doesn't satisfy me the way that I know my bike rides can satisfy me, respectfully, right? So because of that, I just pretty much finished episode 52 around like 8 something. Because I want to become a better biker, I don't ride on cruise. I don't ride on a comfortable level. I ride on a resistance that's gonna hurt. I ride on a level that I'm gonna feel it. That's gonna make me like, bro, why am I doing this? And I'm talking about for the whole hour. The whole hour is level 12. If you ever been on the indoor cycle, you gotta experience it before you understand what I'm saying. Because I know some people might be hearing level 12 and be like, level 12, I could do that. Go ahead, be my guest. Do it for 5 minutes straight. Do it for 10 minutes straight, and let's see how you feel after. Because just 30 minutes in, my legs are tired, legs are getting tight, but that's what I need. I need that pain because it's going to translate very well for outdoors, because that's what I love about outdoor biking. Indoor biking is different because it's stationary, it's one set place, it's one set vibe, it's one set resistance. Like, it's not much variety. With outdoor, you got to deal with the outdoor, you got to deal with the people, you got to deal with the route, you got to deal with the bike itself, you got to deal with the weather, you got to deal the weather. You got to deal with the weather. It's so many components when it comes to riding a bike outdoors that sometimes when I'm indoor biking that I forget, or I don't realize at the time that I'm like, oh yeah, this a breeze, you know what I'm saying? But pretty much 30 minutes, 10 miles. After that 30 minutes, I did a water break, drank one of my chlorophyll bottles. Chlorophyll is this drips that I use. If you don't know, now you know. Put that, you know what I'm saying, down the hatch, got back on the saddle. 30 more minutes. After about 1 hour of cycling, I did about 20 miles. I was very proud of that. Very, very, very satisfied with my results. And then after that, you know, there was a time where I would just go to the gym. Like, for example, if I missed going to the outdoor biking and if I couldn't do outdoor, I would just go to the gym and do indoor, and that would be it. Because generally speaking, that's all niggas was doing. But big shout out to my nigga Honcho, big shout out to my nigga Drew. Ever since I've been working out with them, ever since I've been going to the beach with them, it's never just a bike ride anymore. Now it's a bike ride plus calisthenics. So now I'm in the gym, I just finished my bike ride. All I can think of is I'm missing something. Normally it's not just this and then I go. Normally we make a break, we make a stop, we do this. So because of course it's not the same thing outdoors how it is indoors. In reality, it's actually better because, you know, more structured machines and more structured, you know, pull-up bar. I decided to do a burnout of I think it was I have it right here. I have it on my thing. I was trying to remember it because, like I said, I have a really great memory. But you feel me? So somebody replied to my story. Oh yeah, sorry. So let's see, activities. I really need to turn on the AI thing for my thing, bro. I'm really so mad, man. Like, that thing said AI powered insights, and I stopped it. I stopped it because my ass freaking didn't want to do anything to do it. Damn, I got a lot of kudos. I mean, they fucking with your boy. Thank y'all, man. That makes me so happy, bro. But yeah, you're supposed to get AI that talks to you on there, but I didn't, guys. So yeah, let's go at this freaking workout thing. So, like I said, I'm on Strava. If you guys have Strava, fuck with me on Strava. You know what I'm saying, type shit. But yes. So on July 3rd, 9:03 a.m., it was 80 laps, one split, 1 hour, and it was 20 miles, 33 kilometers. That's what it said. Yeah, 32.26 kilometers, 791 calories, 1 hour, 20 miles, you know what I'm saying, 167 power. You know what's so crazy? I just seen a video with someone that said they do 300 power for like 5 hours. And then I am just looking at my shit like, how much power was I doing? Average watts, 167. So never mind. I'm not at that level yet where I could be going that crazy. I thought I was like 300 watts. I'm doing that. Ooh, no sir. But that's okay, because we're gonna get there very soon. It says I had some trophies. Where are my trophies at? On my segments. It said I had 2. Yeah. Exactly. But nah. No, exactly. So, okay. I guess my highest watts was 292 watts. I don't know how to read this, guys. I apologize. But essentially, like I said, I did that. And then, you would think that would be all. But nope. After that, literally, July 3rd, 10:09, I did 200 push-ups, I did 80 pull-ups, and I did 80 dips. So the reason that I ended up doing 80 and 80 of the other ones was because when I do my push-ups, right, or I do my routine, the routine is as follows: 10 pull-ups, 10 dips, and then 25 push-ups. So with that being said, me and the homies usually do 5 sets to warm up. It'll be 5 pull-ups, it'll be 50 push-ups, 50 pull-ups, 50 dips, and 200 or 125 push-ups for me, because I'm doing 25. But let's say, for example, if I was doing 20 push-ups, 20 times 5, that would be 100 exactly. So because of that, I seen, okay, well, if I do my warm-up, that'll be 25 times 5, that'll be 125. 10 times 5, that'll be 50. I want to get to 200 push-ups, so I did 25 times 8, that's going to give me the 200, and then 10 times 8, that's going to be 80. So I did 8 sets of all those workouts. So 8 sets of 10 pull-ups, 8 sets of 10 dips, 8 sets of 25 push-ups. Whew, boy. And I'm talking about immediately after I finished my cycle. Not on some, I did that another day, I did that an hour later. Bro, it's actually hilarious. I'm crying right now because if you look at the video, you can literally see how sweaty my motherfucking pants were. Like, I'm over here, butt, wet butt, just to say the least. But nah, so after I did that, that was the burnout. Mind you, the bike itself is already a burnout. But pretty much, and it's basically, and I say that to say that I was over here scared to like do a long workout at home. I mean at the beach, but I ended up still doing a long workout at work anyway. You feel me? At the gym, so it didn't really matter because I ended up still doing 2 hours. But basically, I made it home. Came home, did what I needed to do at the house, but I pretty much left to work, and then did my shift, did a 1 to 10. Saying can't complain. And then this is a summary. Woke up early as fuck, but it made sense. I was at home. Waking up, did the podcast, started to be on social media. After I got my feel, I recorded episode 52. After successful recording, I originally thought I was gonna be tired, but it was actually I was actually still up. So the original plan was to ride my bike, like I told you guys, but it was too late, so I went to Planned Fitness. Did that 1 hour, 20 miles, 200 push-ups, 8 dips, and then after my gym session, I got some Jamba Juice and some waffles. Then I went to Food for Less to buy some water, and then I headed home where I got my lunch ready with my mom, and I took the waters in the house, showered, took a nap. Then after my nap, I woke up and headed out to work from 1:30 to 10. Then I headed home and edit episode 52. And you know what's so funny? Bro, you know how I be telling y'all how the episodes be taking forever to upload, export, all that stuff? I don't know what it was this Friday. I don't know if it's because I recorded it in the morning and then came home and edited it after work. When I say that shit freaking like uploaded with no issue, it took like literally less than 2 hours. Like, let's say like an hour and a half. And I'm saying that, and that's still a good amount of time, but I'm saying that that's really like a big difference from most of my podcast episodes, because that shit be, my computer be overheating. It don't ever overheat, but like it be getting hot in my room because of how long I keep the computer on trying to upload these videos and stuff. So, I'm just really grateful that I think I might have figured it out. I might have figured out how to you know, do it now faster. Oh my gosh, guys. I might have to use the restroom, but I really do not feel like getting up because right now I'm cooking. I just got through Friday. We're about to get to Saturday. I don't really want to stop the motion. You know what I'm saying? I think I might have to though. I think I might have to. This bathroom is knocking the door. Okay. I'm gonna pause right here real quick, guys. Give me 1 second. Can I pause? Pause it. Oh, that's pausing an alert cue. Stop. Save replay. End stream. I hope I didn't just end it. Oh. It looks like, hold on, let me go check real quick. Guys. Because I just pressed stop, but I might have just, oh, that was just replay. Okay, so I never stopped the podcast, it looks like. Just replay. Okay, so I never stopped the podcast. It looks like. Just replay. Okay, so I never stopped the podcast. Okay, cool. Or I did. Because it's saying 10 minutes, but I don't know what I just did, guys. Oh, I did. Oh my gosh. So I accidentally, dang, okay. Now I know not to do that. But that's cool. It's not cool. It's good, but it's not good at the same time because technically speaking, it never stopped recording. It just stopped that video. So, okay. But the bathroom feeling has left, so I think I can continue to record. Dang, man. I could have one, because I probably won't, the way it's going, I might not even have to edit it. I might just be able to just upload this as is. But I probably just have to put two parts. But yeah, so let's keep it going. That's the funny thing about my stomach. And then by the way, obviously, because I'm like, I don't have no reason to lie. TMI. I'm talking about taking a number 2. You feel me? My body's kind of different for some reason. Like, if it's at the door, I got to use it. But if I distract myself, I won't have to use it no more. So, you know, TMI. I'm not going to lie, but I just got to tell you guys the truth about it. But now, let's get to Saturday. So, last week, Saturday, it was the 4th of July. You feel me? Happy 4th of July. Like I said, happy White People Independence Day. I woke up at like 9 something and I was getting ready for work. I happened to open that day. So, you know, on that day, we were closing early too. So, big shout out to my job. So, pretty much, I got ready for work around 10 something. Got my lunch and I was on my way. 10:32, I clocked in to my first break around 2. I had forgot to like mention what time I got to work, but I went on lunch around 3 something, came back 4, went on my last break around 5 o'clock, and then at 7:44 I clocked out, and then I was going to an event. It was a 4th of July party that Shawty had invited me to. Shawty is old girl. For those that don't know, you gotta listen to the old episodes to get the reference, but if not, I'm not gonna go into detail about it because it is what it is. But she had extended me the invite. She was bartending, so you know me. You finna be in the bar, you know I ain't gonna be far. So I pretty much was like planning to go to that after work. So after work, she had pretty much let me know like, hey, do you think you could stop by Walmart and buy some, darts for the event? And you know, like I said, it's Shawty, so that's not nothing too crazy. It's not too far on my way, especially because she's about to scratch my back at the event. You feel me? So I'm like, I already know I'm finna get taken care of. So pretty much I made it to Walmart. Couldn't find a thing at Walmart, so I just went home. Mind you, by the time I got home, the event had already been going on for a little while now. So I'm already kind of like, I'm pulling up later to it and shit. So I'm getting there like 9 something and stuff. But pretty much I had already prepped my landscape and everything like that. So pretty much just woke up at 6 something, you know what I'm saying? Then I headed home, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't at my home when I woke up. But you know what I'm saying? No, nothing here or there. Pretty much got home, took the chance to sleep in some more. Then I started my day. I prayed and did my affirmations. After that, I got ready for work. Like I told you guys, did my job. Then I headed out around 9 something, but I forgot to mark what time I made it. Didn't do my journal or anything like that because I didn't start at home, so it would be throwing off my routine. But at work, I did my shift and then I clocked out, headed to Walmart to try to buy some of those darts. Made it to Walmart, they didn't have it, so I left and I went home. When I got home, I started having doubts about the plots because I didn't know too much about who was hosting it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know who was there. I literally was just going because of her. And one thing about it, as a guy, at least for me, being in LA, that's not enough to go to plan plots. I feel like, especially because it can really get tricky out here. You gotta really know people there. So like, at least for me, I always like to have like a +1 homie, or at least know a homie there. So if shit go left, I know somebody in the shit. But I knew her, so I knew I was gonna be good. But I was just like, they might know her, like, cause I was being her +1 basically. So because of that, I don't want to ever assume that the ability that the person has or the access that they have that I automatically have access to. So I always like to go to an event where I know for a fact I have access to the same thing they have access to. But overall, my fears were dispelled the moment I got there because as soon as I got there, I seen some people walking past speaking in Nigerian accents. So I was like, oh, well, respectfully, Nigerians, when we have an event, we just really just trying to party. Like, I'm not been trying to be like that, but I haven't really been to no Nigerian event that really like niggas start doing the most when they get drunk. If anything, they get too horny. They be trying to, every niggas get desperate. Like Nigerian niggas, we may not squabble, we may not, like gang bang and do all that type of like turn shit, but we'll turn up and like try to like, we leaving with somebody, we're having the party's not over, like that's our issue, you know what I'm saying? We don't ever know when to like go home and stuff like that. So after I seen that, I ain't gonna lie, I started feeling way better. So once I got there, you know what I'm saying, I seen I seen how close the event was, you know what I'm saying. So in my head I'm like, okay, this is close by, at least I'm next to the crib, like I'm safer and shit. But overall, it was literally like, it was as if somebody booked a B&B and threw a party there. And I like that because I feel like for where it was, I wouldn't expect something like that to be able to be so sanctioned and like go so successful, but it literally went off without a hitch. Ended up seeing my homegirl / sister Stacy, so big shout out to Stacy, and then my other homegirl / sister Jennifer. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure I know Jen. I know I'm saying it right. But pretty much see my good sisters, pretty much got to turn up with them, turn up with their homegirls, you know what I'm saying? We landscaping, you know what I'm saying? Shawty at the bar, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm eyeing her, you know what I'm saying? Giving her little, cute looks and stuff like that, making sure she know I'm nearby but not too far. You feel me? And you know me, it actually worked out for me, to be honest, because where she was at was like low-key an empty space. So you know me, I love to dance, I love to be able to have just the room to just express myself. So that room next to the bar was just so perfect because I was able to dance, turn up, take shots, do my thing, and nobody bothered me. And then, like I said, I was adjacent to Shawty, so I was cool. I was able to watch her. She was able to watch me. You feel me? Because you know me, I gotta make sure. You know what I'm saying? The niggas at the bar ain't getting too crazy. But at the end of the day, I'm one of those niggas that, hey, if my girl is doing her thing and her job happens to be, for example, stripping, anything that tips are involved, baby girl, upsell. Baby girl, flirt with them niggas. Cause I know who you going home with at the end of the day. Get that nigga $20. Get that nigga $60 tip. Make that nigga feel like he ain't never had no appreciation to tonight. Make sure that nigga leaves you and wants to come back to this experience or come back to this bar, come back to this restaurant, whatever, and he asks for you every time. That's the type of experience I want you to give him with. And I don't care. I'll be in the corner. I'll be over there. I'm not a cuck because y'all ain't gonna be fucking. But I'll watch. You can do your thing. You can do your thing for sure. Because, hey, baby girl, Sue money, me money. You making money, we making money. I'm not finna stop you from getting to that. Getting to the funds, he ain't getting to the buns. So ain't nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? But overall, like, literally, like I said, I'm seeing her do her thing. I'm wanting her to do her thing, you feel me? And I'm just, like I said, I'm just minding my business, you feel me? So once the party was over, I ain't gonna lie, I'm turned. At this point, I'm turned up, you know what I'm saying? I'm lit now and shit, so the night wasn't over for real, but it was over for me because, like I said, it's different now. You know what I'm saying? Your boy isn't searching. I've already found what I need to find. and I just gotta, you know what I'm saying, make it mine. So pretty much, around that time, Stacy pretty much was like, hey, you know, the night's not really over, so we finna like head over to Dragonfly. As soon as he said Dragonfly, I already knew that even if I wanted to be thirsty and like extend my night, I probably was gonna head over there, because if you don't know, let me let you know. Dragonfly don't fuck with niggas, and I'm not saying that as in they don't fuck with black people. They don't fuck with guys. One thing that I noticed about Dragonfly is, well, let me not say, and then that's what I'm saying. To be honest, is generally speaking, it's every club is like this. The club is really focused to try to get women in there, because they know that if they can get the women in there, the niggas will be in there spending money and doing everything. So I don't have any issue with their strategy. I have no issue with their planning. It's just more so like for the nigga that's like me, that's not trying to spend $100 every night just to have fun. That's not trying to spend. Bro, I don't even need to spend $20 to have a good time. I can have a good time for the free. I have my pool sticks, give me a pool table, I'm having a blast. I have my bike, give me the beach, I'm having a blast. I have my legs, give me an open road, I'm having a good time. I can have fun for free. So for me, spending a lot of money to have a good time has never been a flex. You feel me? It's never been my goal. It's not something that I'm looking forward to. I don't go to the club like, I can't wait to spend $700 on this section. I can't wait to spend $250 on this bottle. It's not me, bro. It's not me. So Dragonfly, because of that, they know their audience. They know their clientele. You feel me? Because they be trying to charge niggas $40 to get inside. Come on, food. $20, you might have had me, because I might spend another $20 on a drink. $40 for the total clubbing event is probably, as a guy, that's probably the cleanest shave you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the easiest. That's probably the only chance. That's the only way they're gonna let you off without, you know what I'm saying, without being too hurt. Man, anything over that, I feel like you done took your booty. I'm gonna just put it like that. They done took it, bro. So for me, I don't be trying to get took. I don't be trying to get taken. I don't be trying to give. So I'm like, Dragonfly sis. They fuck with y'all, especially because my sis is a baddie. My homegirls are bad. My homegirls are beautiful. I know you guys are getting in for free. But me, it don't matter how fly I am. If anything, that's probably it's probably a hindrance, because now it's like I'm looking like I do got the money. You feel me? Now I'm looking like a nigga that I'm dressing the part. You feel me? So now they for sure be like, you know what, fuck it, 60, nigga. So after they charged me $40 at Dragonfly one time, I told myself I'm not going there unless I get it for free, or I'm going with the homies. You feel me? And by going with the homies, it's pretty much saying unless I'm going in for free, because if I'm going with the homies, I don't expect to be paying either. You feel me? But like I said, if I do go with the homies and I pay, it's okay, because like I said, we're probably pulling up at like 12 o'clock anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm probably only going to be here for an hour at the most, you know? But essentially, after she had let me know, because I literally almost lost my train of thought. I started thinking about something. Literally after she let me know she was going to go to Dragonfly, I pretty much said bye to them. And then, you know, pretty much the party was over. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then pretty much started helping Shawty clean up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was the secret employee that didn't work until that. Exactly. I was part of the company, but I was just only part of clean up. You feel me? I didn't have to do none of the actual drink making. You feel me? And one thing about cleaning up after a bar is nothing but drinks. So, you know, we're just all there just trying different shots, just turn it up and shit like that. And the funniest part about the night was, I'm knowing that Shawty, she stayed nearby. So she, in my head, I'm already knowing that, like, she not trying. In my head, I put it like this. She already had a long day, so I know a long drive isn't really in her wheelhouse right now. You know what I'm saying? And basically her coworker had needed a ride, because I guess she was only supposed to be there till 10 o'clock, but ended up staying an extra 2 hours, you know? So Shawty was like, pretty much just like, oh, I could give you a ride, you know? But that was earlier in the night. And now the night is over, and Shawty, she a money maker, so she's trying to see if they could get extra money for, like, helping them clean up, like, basically, like, you know, whatever extra funds they could get, you know what I'm saying? Like, real hustler type shit. Oh, girl that worked with her is like, hey, I was supposed to be off 2 hours ago. I'm kind of ready to go. So Shawty like I already seen it in her face. Like I've been around her not too long now, but I've been around her enough to be able to know that like, yeah, when she's willing to do something, she's more eager. When she's not, she's kind of like this. And then she was giving the ladder, so I'm like, she kind of not trying to do it, but I could tell that she's not trying to tell this person that, cause like, you know what I'm saying, like once you tell someone you're gonna give them a ride and it's time to give them a ride, you low key locked in. That's why for me, I'm like, I have to learn to stop telling people I want to do stuff that I know deep down, it's not that I don't want to do it, but I don't have the time for it. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be it for me. It's not that I don't be wanting to do stuff for people. I just don't be having the time to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not that I don't have time to do shit. I don't have time to like incorporate another person. Like I'll be having enough time for me. I don't be having enough time for we. That just really be what it is. So because of that, in my head, I'm already making the mental plan of I'm a help her out. If she needs someone to drop someone off, I got her. You know what I'm saying? So when the time came, I'm pretty much taking everything to the car, helping her put all her stuff inside the car that she brought to the to the bar. Oh girl, I'm pretty much like looking like, okay, like let me get my car ready, because I'm like, I already know, I'm like, this baby girl gonna pull me into the side and be like, hey, could you give her a ride type shit. So I'm already mentally ready. So once she basically told me like, could I do it, I already basically accepted it. You know what I'm saying? No issue. So pretty much the other bartender, she stayed in, I don't want to give her area away, but she stayed yeah, giving her, I don't think that was giving her away, but she stayed in Long Beach, you know. So we in, let's just say it like this, we in Inglewood. So I basically take her from Inglewood to Long Beach, and then I pretty much come back to go, you know, I basically drop her off and then I go back home, change it to something more comfortable, because hey, it's a different ball game now. You know your boy. I'm over here finna go spend the night with Shawty. You feel me? That's the real plan. I ain't gonna lie. That was already, you know what I'm saying, already on the table. You feel me? Because, you know, I'm leaving with something. You feel me? So pretty much, after I dropped old girl off, I pretty much head home real quick to try to change it to something more comfortable, because I was like, I could have went in the fit that I had on from the party, but I'm like, I'm gonna go sleep. Nah, let's not do that. So I come home real quick, change it to something, my PJs, and I head over to old girl house. You know what I'm saying? And everything was cool. And the Saturday night, you know what I'm saying, and did my thing. The issue came with Sunday. So now Sunday, like I said, I usually wake up 6 a.m., leave on time. Dang, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I've been trying to ignore it, but I do like to use the restroom. Freak. This episode is going so good, too. So we just got to Sunday. We're doing really good. Oh, wow. I'm doing excelente. Mucho excelente. So let's... okay, so I'm going to mute this. Back to cooking. Alright, so last thing we left off on, I was on Sunday. So yes, so now Sunday, your boy basically, you know what I'm saying, I was over, you know what I'm saying, you know, and one thing led to another. Ended up waking up later than I was supposed to. 3 viewers, who is viewing right now? It's Cap, right? Let's see who's in the chat. Yeah, is nobody in the chat? It says 3 viewers, but I think that's Cap. So we're going to just continue what we're doing. But if you are viewing, thank you guys for watching it live. Like I said, this is going to be dropping later on tonight. Happy 1-year anniversary to the Scorpions. Happy 1-year anniversary to me. And happy 1-year anniversary to the STAYDOWNLA podcast. Yeah. I'll be louder, but my dad is home, so naturally I don't want to scream and then wake him up and stuff. But on Sunday, I pretty much woke up at 8 a.m. I usually wake up at 6 a.m. to be able to leave, get out of there, you know what I'm saying? And generally speaking, I'm even used to it now at this point. But, you know, pretty much too comfortable. I'm pretty much put it like that. And then being too comfortable led to basically me having to do a Mission Impossible mission to escape. And I don't want to get too much detail because I don't want to, you know, put too much people's business out there like that. But pretty much had to turn into an NPC to make it to my car. And once I made it to my car, headed home. So now I got so blessed this week to be off on a freaking Sunday. Bro, man, I don't know. I just love being off on Sundays. Those are just my days to just reset, just do my thing. So being able to take my time on a Sunday is really blessed, because either way, if I work on a Sunday, it's never a big deal either, because I feel like Sundays are so peaceful. But to be off on a Sunday is really a blessing type stuff. So I pretty much came back home, rested a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because according to my journal recap, around 11 a.m., that's really when I started my day. So I've already been up since like 8, but I didn't really make it home till like 11, you feel me, and shit like that. So on my to-do list, I had upload my podcast episode, upload my Twitch videos, and then do my laundry and my journal, TikTok, and the recycling. So at 12:04, I did my podcast, and that's when I realized, I said, oh, this shit uploaded fast as heck. So I was really happy. Because literally after that, did all my laundry, and then I put all my things on my Twitch to my YouTube, and then I made my TikTok, and then I did my journal, and then around like 2 something, I got ready for my bike ride. At 2:11, I took the chocolate piece. If you guys know, the chocolate, you know what I'm saying, for my trips, took the chocolate. It's been a while since I took a trip, so I needed this, I ain't gonna lie. Took the chocolate, and then I made it to the beach, bro. Man, that shit was hitting, fool. I'm talking about, let's go back to Strava. So, on Sunday, at 3:05 p.m., I did a, bike ride. It was 26.77 miles, 231 feet of elevation gain, 14.9 miles per hour, with an average power of 95 watts. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was really good. So, it's funny because I had a ride similar to like this, but I went faster on the last one. The last time I did this type of bike ride, I was going faster. But I ain't gonna lie, like I said, the wind was fucking me up, and overall, no stops. Like at this, because the ride that it matches with is January. So in January, I wasn't taking any stops. This time around, when I did the bike ride, I was taking stops. I was taking breaks to do, like I said, did some calisthenics. So that was the difference in this ride. But I don't know. I don't feel like I took a long time. But, if it says I did, it is what it is. I'm not going to argue with it. You feel me? I'm not going to argue with it. But, yeah, and then pretty much, right? So normally, after a ride like this, like I said, I'm already busting. I'm already lit. I normally would just, landscape, get up out of there, or get some food, call it a night. The issue that I ran across today was the beach was like super duper packed with the policia. And like, I didn't put 2 and 2 together that it was 4th of July weekend. I just assumed, I don't know, I just didn't figure it out at the time. But pretty much, once I'm there, all I could think of is the last time I got, my situation. I said, you know what? After that, I don't think I want to give these niggas any ammo. I don't want to give these niggas any probable cause. So, the car happened to be a couple spots down, but there was no cars in between. So, and it wasn't like they were there originally. It was like I finished my bike ride, had packed up my stuff, and I pretty much was finna get ready to do my thing. But then they had parked next to me. So, because of that, I ain't gonna lie, I switched to my whole plan. I was like, you know what? Since they're here, I'm going to just chill a little bit. I'm not going to pull off anytime soon because I'm not going to have them get behind me. That's all I could think of. I wasn't putting 2 together that they're just here because it's the beach. It's 4th of July weekend. They want to make sure everything is safe. So I kid you not, I literally started having a little jam session for the next hour and a half. You feel me? Or I guess you could say 2 hours. It was a solid probably hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much after that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm just chilling there. I'm just waiting for the police officers to kind of go about their day. So once the officers finally get out the car, because like I said, I'm blasting the music at this point. In my head, I'm knowing that these niggas is trying to watch me, but I'm like, if you guys don't watch me, I'm gonna make it entertaining for them. I'm finna be singing these songs, singing my heart out, finna be playing some bangers. I know them niggas was over there shazamming my playlist. I know this type of what. Them niggas was standing right next to me. Or know they're probably on some shit bro, hey man, I wish we could arrest this nigga, but fuck, why we can't? This nigga got some good ass music he's playing right now. Shit, on the homies. So pretty much, after like I said, I got my fill of you know what I'm saying, of the music, and I felt like, okay, cool. The coast is clear to landscape. Started landscaping. Made sure that I finished it in time, and I was cool. Just pulled off, caught off my favorite spot, Wing Frono. pulled down over there to go get me some wings, you know what I'm saying? 8-piece, French fries, extra crispy, sriracha, honey, Korean, barbecue. Drink, high C, lemonade, high C. No, it's the lemonade. It's basically Minute Maid, lemonade, Minute Maid, fruit punch. Mix it up. Get up out of there. And I'm on the phone with Adria the whole time. You know, just put it out there. Like I said, I don't know if I spoke on it. Me and Adria, we have worked out our differences. We have had a very deep, very, very, very heartfelt, heart-to-heart moment. And I just want to give her a very sincere and deep apology for how I may have spoken on her and how I may have represented her on the podcast. I know sometimes I get on here and I be exaggerating shit and I be going I'll be potting, you know what I'm saying? And for the regular person, they might not be able to understand sometimes that within a broadcast like this that, you know, one might embellish stories and everything like that. But regardless of that, that's no excuse for how she felt about the way that I represented her and the way I spoke on her. And I just wanted to know about it. That I just want her to know, and I want you guys to know. And like, you know what I'm saying, if I can embarrass her in public, I gotta reprimand myself and apologize to her in public. So I want to give a big apology, a big shout out to Adria. Like I said, we are working back. We're still besties, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying that's really my bestie. I don't think I can ever like find someone or really focus on the way I felt with her. So we're going to work to get ourselves back to a new friendship and a more appreciation wise relationship to where it's equally yoked and to where we feel much comfortable really expressing how we feel and the issues that we have. That way we don't end up in a situation where it's like we really fuck with each other, we love each other, but we're not talking to each other because one person doesn't want to be mature, one person doesn't want to just, you know what I'm saying, just say what it need to be said and everything like that. So because of that, like I said, I just want to give an apology because I was going crazy on her on here, and y'all know me, I say it how I feel, so I did mean what I said, but at the end of the day, like based on how she interpreted it to me, I never was trying to be disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? I was just saying the stuff that I felt and things that I just interpreted in the situation. But how she took it as, she said that I would say things and like she pretty much wouldn't know the whole story. Like she would hear whatever story I would give her, but then hear the pod, it was like I didn't know all this was all this. So that's my apologies because I'm not one of those niggas that needs to, I gotta hold my tongue. I told you guys, I'm not afraid of confrontation. I'm not afraid to be wrong, and I'm not afraid of getting out my ego. So this is me showing that and me proving that, and I feel like the best way to do that was to, like I said, just give her a big apology, show her that I really fuck with her, and let you guys know that, like, yeah, she's back in my life, and you know what I'm saying? And like I said, if I did say anything disrespectful, if I did come off rude or crazy, I apologize. I didn't mean to, or I did mean to, but I didn't mean it in a way that was coming off to where it's like I didn't fuck with you. I just really was going at or said everything I said out of a place of hurt, you know what I'm saying? Because I just really thought that me and her were cooler than that and that we were better than that. And I love the fact that we were able to reconnect kind of does prove that point that, like, yeah, I knew we were better than that. It's just, I guess that moment was just a moment of just, we just needed that time apart, you know what I'm saying? Like, clearly, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was things that I needed to work on that I wasn't working on and that was affecting the relationship. And once I was able to be apart from her, I was able to work on it and focus on it. And now I'm able to be more in a better mindset, in a better place to be able to be more of a better friend to her, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I appreciated her because like I told her on the phone yesterday, I'm like, you know, you that voice of reason, you my motivator, you know what I'm saying? Like, it be times I've been wanting to do shit and then she'd be like the voice in my ear, I'd be like, slow down, calm down, like, you know what I'm saying? Because she knows me, you know? And I think that's why I was so hurt because from our conversations, like I said, I could tell she knows me, but the interpretation that she has right now is that I'm a bullshitter. So my goal right now is to show her that I don't be on bullshit, you feel me? That if I do bullshit, it's certain people that I bullshit with. I never had no issue with Adria, or I never had no reason to bullshit with her, so that's why I'm like, I need her to know, like, nah, you get the real version. People might get somehow, but you of all people, you get the real version. But how things played out, I could understand and totally get why she might feel like, nah, like, this nigga wasn't really fucking with me like that. So I'm gonna show her that, nah, I was fucking with you like that. That's why I was so hurt over the situation. You feel me? Oh, that's so dope. So yeah, just to let you guys know, so that way nobody be on here talking crazy or like not knowing where the state is at. The status of me and Adrian's relationship, we are back cool, we are back talking, and we dang near talk every day again. You feel me? So yeah, back to my because like I said, I was on the phone with her when I went to Wingferno. So basically, I got my Wingferno, and then Yeah, I pretty much just went home and I just ate my food and I called it a night. I mean, I don't think I really did anything crazy after that. Oh, what ended up happening was freaking I don't know if I can talk about that on here. I'm probably not gonna talk about it on here. But pretty much, like I said, just woke up early. You know what I'm saying? Mission Impossible morning. Headed home. Started my day. Then I did my TikTok, my journal. Then I got ready for a bike ride. You know what I'm saying? Did the chocolate bike ride. Once we get a grabba, then I got some cash and I headed to the beach. Made it around 2, left around 7. You know what I'm saying? Had a viewing session because of the police, like I was telling you guys. Then I landscape, I meant to Inferno for the pickup order. Then I headed home where I ate and washed my food. And I was going to go to sleep, but then like literally like at like 11, 12 something, my dad had like came to my room because Malik had taken one of his items without permission, and I guess he had made my dad think that he sold it. So my dad was like really upset. It was a whole thing. So we just pretty much had like an emergency meeting about Malik's actions because I don't know if I told you guys already. I probably have told you guys on this podcast many times, but that boy Malik, as much as I love him, he don't be knowing how to use people's stuff. He don't be knowing how to act. So it just be issues because a nigga shit, like for example, my white tee. A nigga be looking for this white tee. Like I'll be wanting, like for example, I might have wanted to wear it for an event. All of a sudden I can't find it. Whole time this boy Malik had it and never put it back. My issue is because I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I never wear my dad's clothes. I for sure be wearing my dad's shit. I mean for sure wearing on me. Like we all dang near the same size. So we kind of do be borrowing each other's shits. The issue is, if I am going to borrow my dad's clothes, I always put it back before he can notice it. Kind of like with this new GTA update that they're planning to do July 14th. If I do take my dad's stuff, oh man, I'm not off on July 14th. So I'm not going to be off on the day of the GTA update, but I'm not going to be doing a crazy shift either. Damn, I'm really going to have to do my own runs next week. That's so funny. So on Monday, probably, yeah, because on Thursday, yeah, it's looking like next week's workout week is going to be very interesting for your boy, because I'm not going to be able to go to none of my late night runs at all. Okay, I never ran late on a Saturday before, but I don't think that would make the most sense because I'm looking at my week and I'm looking at what I could do. But pretty much we'll get there when we get to the end of this weekly recap, and then we'll get there when it's time to get there, because my thing is too, I don't want to stress myself out too much to where I make it almost impossible to make it, because if anything I could just do the gym with the homies, because I was telling you guys I want to go do a hike, so I could do a hike on Sunday, go to the gym with the homies on Monday, or hike on Sunday, leg day Monday, leg day and a run on Monday because I'm off that day, then Tuesday, Wednesday, gym with the homies, Thursday, podcast, Friday, bike, Saturday, run in the morning before I go to work. So I'll still be able to do my runs. I can still do a hike. Yeah. On me. Leg day, run. So leg day, run, gym, rest on Thursday, just record the podcast, and then go see a movie at 10. And then, yeah. Alright. Because the next 2 weeks, I'm not going to be able to go to, or the next 3 weeks. Gosh, the next 3 weeks, I'm not going to be able to go to no Thursday run. So, the next 3 weeks, y'all, is actually a really good thing, because honestly speaking, I'll be able to record my podcast much easier. So, this is pod 54, pod 55, pod 56. So for the next 3 weeks, I have no issues or nothing affecting me from recording the podcast. So that's good. I know I'm not supposed to be doing this, guys, because we're cooking right now, but you guys are a part of, like I said, we cook, and the more natural, the better. So today is Friday. I'm not doing no workout because I did a run yesterday. So today I'm going to go see a movie, Evil Dead Burn. So today I work, and then Evil Dead. So movies. So that's today's schedule. Tomorrow, I'm planning to just maybe do a run with Hollis Fit. I don't know if I want to do a run with the Hollis Fit Run Club or do my own run, because part of me kind of wants to go to IHOP, and I know that when I run with the Hollis Fit, we go to Bluestone Lane. So if I do go run with Hollis Fit, I might just go run with them, but then just leave after the run and be like, hey, y'all, I'm gonna go get my own food and stuff like that. I might not tell them that. I might just tell them I gotta go real quick, but just so I don't have to. I've been eating the breakfast burrito the last two Saturdays. It's cool, but like I said, I like to try different things, and I don't want to. That place is good, but I know it's expensive, and I don't know their quality of steak, and I'm a steak and eggs kind of guy, so I don't want to get a steak and eggs over there and be disappointed. I'd rather just stick with what I get there that's good, which is a chicken burrito. But like I said, for me, I'm such an early bird that I'm like, the Hollis Fit meets at 8 o'clock. I can start my day at 5 o'clock, go to the beach, run, and then go get my breakfast, because I'm off tomorrow. So I'm like, I got to start my day early, so that way I can have free time to just chill, play the game, do all I want to do. Because I'm supposed to be going with Shawty to go play some pool, because I told her, I said, hey, now that you're in my life, I don't have to be solo to everything that I do solo. So now me and you can go pool. So she's working on Saturday, but she was like, she'll be down to go. So I'm like, oh, that's perfect. So we might be going to go play some pool tomorrow. So that's why I want to leave Saturday kind of open, but I still want to be able to get some fitness in. So I'm probably going to go do a run in the morning. So like I said, I'll decide more than likely tonight, depending on how sleepy I am, it will determine how early I wake up. Because if I'm sleepy, I'm going to sleep in and go run with the Hollis Fit. But if I get enough sleep or I'm like, you know what I'm saying, I wake up cool, I'm going to go do an early morning run at the beach. So that'll be that. And then tomorrow, and then on Sunday, like I said, regardless of what time I wake up or whatever, because it's probably not going to be a sleepover night, I'll probably be able to come home. So I could probably wake up 5 a.m., go do a hike. So maybe Sunday, a hike. So every other Sunday, we probably do a hike. I mean, I could low-key do a hike the next 2 Sundays, because I'm off on those Sundays. Yeah. Because on the 1st, that's a very special day. Shout out to my nigga Michael. So that's a baby shower day. So that's different. But, so right now, because you guys are right here, might as well do it. So then Monday, because like I said, I'm not going to the Keep It 100 Run Cup this week. I'm going to have to find another day to run. So on Monday, I'm going to do a leg day at Planet Fitness. And then I'm going to go run 3 miles. I'll probably just run 3 miles right after the leg day. That way, because if that case, I could wake up early for the leg day. I don't know though. I don't know. Because if anything, yeah, it's probably going to have to be the leg day first. So yeah, if anything, do the leg day in the morning, and then like usual, like it's a regular run day, around 7 o'clock, probably go to USC, do my own run path, or I could go to Culver City and run my own thing. That's what I'm saying. I could go there and run. Nobody says you don't have to. You don't gotta ask permission to run with these to run these paths. Like Keep It 100, I love them, and I feel like they won't be the type of I don't think Bud is the type of nigga that'd be like, oh, you can only run this path when you run with us. So I might go do the Keep It 100 run path on Monday. You feel me? Say fuck it, why not? And then on Tuesday, go to the Rogers with the homies. So Rogers with homies, cause that'll be upper body day. Or no. Fuck, cause I like doing upper body with the homies. I'm not saying I don't like their core day, but it could be better. So if anything, so we're gonna do. So I'll probably do the run first thing in the morning, or we'll probably, like I said, I've ran after I've worked out with them, so it's possible. So we'll do Rogers, then I'll do my run, 4 miles, because like I said, I want to do 12 miles this week. So then on Tuesday is going to be leg day, super duper early, so leg day. And then we could do, so last week I did Stairmaster, I didn't do the bike, I didn't do treadmill. So we did the Stairmaster first last week. We're going to do indoor cycle. So B for bike, because I'm going to go to Planet Fitness. Then on Wednesday, we're going to go to Rogers with the homies. And then I'll close that day. So pretty much hike on Sunday, Rogers, and a 4-mile run on Monday. Then on Tuesday, leg day with the indoor cycle. And then I do a shift. And then on Wednesday, I do Rogers. And then I do my shift. And then on Thursday, rest day, just record the podcast. And on Friday, I'll go ride the bike with the homies if they're down. But if not, I'll just go do a solo bike ride. And then on Saturday, I'll do a solo run before work because I do a 9 to 6. So I'll do like a morning run and shit. So my rest days is going to be Thursday. And the only reason it's not going to be a big deal is because a hike is nothing too crazy on my body. I can easily do that. And then, yeah. And then we'll worry about next week when the next week gets here. But for now, today, after work, I'm going to go see Evil Dead Burn if I'm still energized enough to do it, which I should be. I don't see no issue. With that. See that late night and wake up tomorrow morning, early morning for a run. And then we got my schedule for Sunday, which is, like I said, if I wake up in time, go do a hike in Griffith Park, Rogers run Rogers. That's good. So just like that, I have planned out my schedule, and like I said, I made it very selfish. So I made it to where I'm doing stuff that I want to do, and I'll make the time for other people if I have time for them. But for the most part, that schedule has Caduce written all over it to make sure that I can still get, cause like that way, cause with that way, right, on Monday, if I do the 6 miles, for example, right, if I do 6 miles on Monday, then yeah, cause that's what I was thinking. So I was like, oh, would I be able to run on Thursday? But that's what I'm saying. If I wake up to do the podcast, a run, and then to do the podcast would be kind of... Honestly, no. I don't think that'd be too crazy. If I wake up Thursday, go run 4 miles real quick at USC, come back home, shower, do everything. Yeah, it depends. So I won't force it because, like I said, that's really what the issue was yesterday. Was trying to record the podcast after I finished running. I'd be kind of tired, so I'm like, maybe like I used to have it on the podcast days, no workouts. Just keep it to where all my energy and focus could be on the pod. I think that's probably be better. So I'm probably not gonna get to reach my goal of 12 miles every week, but at least if I do, cause I'm like, if I do 4 miles on, so I guess every week at least 6 miles, right? Because right now, the way it is right now, I run 3 times a week. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. But I'm like, would I still get to run 3 times next week? Because I'm off on Monday, and I'm off on Friday. Let's see. Because normally we run on Tuesdays. Because I'll do it like I do 9 to 6. Yeah, last 2 Tuesdays, it was easy because I was off those days. Next Tuesday. So if I do 6 miles on Monday, what other day can I run? Is what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm trying to figure out, because I'm like, if I do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, 12 to 9. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to. And that's what I'm saying. I just gotta accept it. It is what it is. I'm not a failure just because I don't be able to run 12 miles every week. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the freaking day. I know, guys. Sorry about that, but I just needed to show you guys the mental process that I go through. You feel me? And the only reason I feel like I was able to even manage it or get through it today, just now, was because I remembered what Adria told me, which is that, like, you know what I'm saying? Dang, what did she say? But pretty much she basically said, like, it's okay to rest. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to, like, chill. It's okay to, like, take your time. I'll probably ask her what she said exactly, but yeah. So yeah, after I got so pretty much back to the recap at hand, what ended up happening was when I was about to go to sleep, Malik had taken my dad's backpack, and I guess he didn't tell my dad where he placed it, so my dad had really like lashed out, and it became a whole big deal because we had to have a whole family discussion about the status of Malik and like whether or not he understands respect and like how to basically ask people permission before he uses his stuff, because I told you guys he used my stuff without permission, and it was just a big deal. It was a big thing. But overall, Malik ended up bringing out the bag from the place he had it hidden, and that was really good because I'm like, now we could breathe a little bit. But overall, it was just a time that I feel like it allowed my pops to like kind of express himself a little bit, and like kind of like we just had like a little heart to heart where he pretty much just like let me know like, yeah, like, you know, I know I be tripping off the cleaning and stuff, and I know I be saying what I be saying, but like overall, Caduce, you not that bad. Like he really like just really straight up told me, it was like, Caduce, you're not that bad, bro. Like I know I be tripping on you, but it's like it's just tough love. I'm not gonna ever like probably not gonna super ever be nice to you. So just know. So once he said that, I feel like it let me feel better because it allowed me to know what I feel like I've already been knowing, but I've been ignoring or not been trying to accept, which is that like this is how my dad shows love. This is how my dad like shows his affection and shows how he cares. He's mean, he's rough, but he means well, and like literally it is what it is. Like if you can't get with it, you're gonna have to low-key just get lost. That's why it's so crazy, because I'm like on Monday I'm like I don't have to I'm just really thinking to myself, because I'm like on Monday I'm off. I could run first. I could do the run first and then do the gym later. How about that? And then work out with Banjo. Because pretty much what I'm thinking of, or what's fucking me up right now, guys, start to like interrupt what I was doing is, but that's what I'm saying. What's wrong with me just going at 7 then? Like literally, go to the workout, do my workout in the morning, and then literally at 6 o'clock, go run again. I think I'm just not used to doing it on a Monday, so that's why I just sound so. And then like I could just go to. But nah. So yeah. So pretty much, you know, that was just what that was, and pretty much me and my dad just had a whole moment, and we was really just able to talk about our problems right there. So shout out to Malik for that. But man, that boy is something else. So then on Monday, at 8:10, I woke up and I was getting ready for the gym. Did my things, and then at 9:04 I made a TikTok. Around 9:16, I was actually heading to the gym. So 9:35 I made it to Rogers, and that's the part that I've been going to work out with the homies and shit. And when I got in, it's kind of like it's weird because normally there's a gentleman that works there, like you know the coaches that used to be doing the after school program, and you just call him coach. Man, pretty much there's this Hispanic gentleman that works there that usually has no issues with the niggas, that usually has no issue with me, that doesn't even trip for real, that just lets us do our thing. He wasn't there. There was this young lady, this black girl that was there. So I walked up and I pretty much was like, hey. Normally I just walk in, I go to the door and I see if it's closed or not, and then I come and ask them to tell me open it. But because I knew the homies weren't there before me, I didn't want to assume that somebody was in the gym. So I just went, or the fitness room, I should say. I didn't want to assume somebody was in the fitness room. So I said, oh, let me go ask the lady to open the door for me. Why, when I walked up to the girl and asked her to open the door for me, y'all, this girl, man, talk about taking your job too seriously. This girl gonna basically say, oh, well, do you have a membership? Mind you, that freaking fit weight room is like the size of my bedroom. You know what I'm saying? And now it's probably a little bigger. But pretty much, it's not much going on in there. It's perfect for if you're just trying to do like very generic exercises. I'm gonna just keep it a bean. If you're just trying to do the generic exercises, it's perfect for that. But in my opinion, it being on a public park, it being on a public place means that it should be open to the public. Why they try to charge niggas for this fucking small ass weight room, bro? Talking about some, are you an Inglewood resident? I said, yeah. So she's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be $12 a month. So I walk up in there. So this, even before I found out the price, I walk up in there. I talk to the girl, and the girl's like, oh, well. So because pretty much when she told me that I have to have a membership, I pretty much was like, yeah, that sounds good and all, but I'm like, I'm not getting a membership. So just, can you just open the door? Like, does it matter? She pretty much was like, you're not supposed to do that. So she pretty much sent me to the desk, the lady desk. So she sent me to this Hispanic lady at the desk, and the Hispanic lady, not been trying to hear anything I'm saying. She's just like, yeah, so pretty much, yeah, you just got to get this membership. You got to sign up for it. And if you're an Inglewood resident, it's $12. Scan that QR code, and I'll walk you through the rest of it. So in my head, I'm like, when I scanned that QR code, I looked at the phone, and I'm looking at myself. I'm like, Caduce, you already have a pass to Planet Fitness. Like, you only come here because of Honcho and Drew and Bix. Do not fucking buy this pass, bro. Do not fucking buy a membership, bro. That's thirsty. They doing too much. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't standing for it. So I walked my ass up out of there, and I took my fine ass to fucking Planet Fitness, and I did my leg day. Cause she had me so fucked up. I said, yeah, I'm cool on this, bro. I'm overly good because it's not that deep. I'm not even trying to use no amenities. There's, like I said, the gym don't even have a dip machine. You guys don't have a dip bar. I'm not paying for that, bro. Respectfully, I'm not paying for that, bro. So I walked out of there, took my fine ass to Planet Fitness, and I did a leg day. And the leg day that I did in particular was one to help me get bulletproof knees. And man, when I say this leg day has been, like, I'm barely now recovering from it, and I don't really think I'm recovering. I think it's more so like my body's just learning to live with the pain, like it just always does, you know. But like I was telling you guys, like 2 weeks ago, I wasn't really active on my leg days, and my legs started to pay the price for it. So now I started trying to like incorporate leg day once a week, every week. So essentially, I pretty much went to Planet Fitness and I did this leg day, which was 6 sets, 10 reps each workout, jumping lunge, regular squat. It was just like a whole bunch of different type of squats that I had to do. Yeah, I have a video of it. I started off with the Stairmaster. On the Stairmaster, I did 1,400 steps in 13 minutes, and then I did some dips, did some pull-ups. So after that, it's 10 reps of jumping lunge, 10 reps of jumping squat. That shit is no joke. 10 reps of a regular lunge. Then it's like a regular lunge. Then it's a goblet squat pulse. You feel me? Goblet squat pulse. So you do a squat and you push it up. And then it was a... So pretty much, it was just like super squat heavy. Like at this point, because I'm doing 60, 60, 60, 60, 60, 60, 60. Let me see. So it's... I got y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's 6 workouts. So 6 workouts. So 6 times 10 times 6. Yeah, so 360 reps because, oh man. It's 6 workouts and you're doing it 60 times. Yeah. And yeah, each 60 times each workout. So yeah, that was 360 squats basically, or 360, bends and shit. And man, that day, even during the workout, I was like already knowing that like this shit was gonna like hurt. But I'm sticking through it. I'm doing my thing, and then I'm pretty much finished my gym workout. Man, head home. Get ready for work. Make it to work. Did my job. Did my thing. And then this, of course, is a recap. Happy blessed and new week Monday. Woke up at 8, started my day. The goal was to go to Rogers, so I woke up early enough to be the first one there. And still have enough time to make my TikTok. So after I'm done with my TikTok, I head out, only to be denied early entry due to not owning the membership. And I once the process was about to start, I just left because fuck that. On my way to Planet Fitness to do a leg day after my gym session at Planet Fitness. I made my way home to get ready for work. Shower, made my lunch, head out to work. After work, I just landscaped. And then, I just got home, landscaped again, had a stomach ache, but I got on the game with the homies and I finished my night with some beans and bread and a Smucker's peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I was just so hungry that night. Monday night, I was just so hungry. Don't know why. But then on Tuesday night, woke up. I had a DMV, not appointment, but I told you guys with the feds right now, they got my license. So pretty much your boy is licensed list. So I pretty much was like, well, I still want to be able to be an adult and to do a lot of shit in LA and do a lot of shit just in America. Period. You need an ID, or what I used to use, my driver's license. So because I don't got that, I pretty much went to the DMV. Did an appointment for my license. For my ID, and it actually, the whole process was pretty funny. So pretty much, I woke up at 7 something. Got ready to go out there, headed to the DMV, made it there on time. Got there around 8 o'clock exactly. So if you know anything about the DMV, you know that should be busy and you know that should be packed. So when I got there, I naturally assumed that I was gonna be in line. I assumed that I was gonna have to wait. When I got there though, I guess they have a new system to where Now, instead of being in line physically, you be in line virtually, and there's a virtual queue. When I got there, it was at 7:58, literally. I noticed that when I scanned the QR code, the QR, I was in Hawthorne, the DMV wasn't activated. So I asked the gentleman there, which, in my opinion, I'm guessing nobody else thought to ask the nigga. I said, hey, sir, I tried to do an appointment, or I tried to get a spot. It's not allowing me. It says that, hey, that is closed. So he said, oh, yeah, just wait. So in my head, he didn't do a good job explaining that, pretty much that, like, it's going to open at 8. Because, like I said, I'm seeing everybody standing there, so I'm assuming they're already in the queue. Apparently, it doesn't activate till 8 o'clock. So once 8 o'clock hit, right, I scanned it and I let him know. I'm like, oh, hey, like, just so you know I'm doing it. And he's like, and that too, I confirmed to him. I said, there's no line, right? Because I was pretty much he pretty much said that, hey, there's no line. You pretty much scan the thing, and when it's your turn, you go inside. So once I seen that, I said, okay, well, I'm going to stand right here because I'm at the front of the door. I see everybody's all spread up. I'm like, well, if that's because I want to be the first nigga inside at least, type shit. So I'm like, okay, bet. I scan it, and I kid you not, I guess nobody else had scanned it in or nothing, or wasn't working, because literally another person next to me did it first. They was number 1. I was number 2. Literally, I was number 2. So I knew. I said, oh yeah, this shit just opened. So I just opened. I just get on the queue line. I go in there, and God is so good. God is so great, because if you know anything about the DMV, they don't play. They look-y don't even fuck with niggas for real. So I'm already knowing that I had to have the right proper 2 documents for proving where I live, and I needed to have what I'm there for ready. So when I get to the door or get to the window, I'm annoyed a little bit because I didn't like the outside situation. So I kind of like had a little bit of an attitude, but once I got there, I noticed that the gentleman was Nigerian, or at least African. So I kind of calmed down, because I was like, you know, it's gonna be a simple process. So most people, when they see my name, Kudus, it's not Nigerian. My name is Muslim. It means purity. So when they see that, they don't know that I'm Nigerian immediately off my name. If I had a name like Chukwukazium or something like that, or shout out to my nigga Chuck, that name, I don't know why I just thought of his name, but if I had a name like that, it would be more, you know, Nigerian outwardly about it. So because of that, they pretty much, the gentleman, you know, he does the process. He also had let me know that the real ID is only able to be on one form of your ID. So it can either be on your license or it can be on your ID, but it can't be on both. So I told him to just keep it on the license, because usually when I'm traveling, I take my license with me. So i.e. right now, if I want to travel, I gotta take my passport with me, because my real ID is, you know, locked up. You feel me? So essentially, after that, I pretty much let him know that, yeah, I want to do this regular ID process. So he lets me know it's gonna be like a $40 charge. I look at the screen, they have like new iPads and whatever, and I pretty much like make sure my information is good. And then I suppose that's when he realized, okay, like, this guy got to be Nigerian because he seen my middle name. So it was like, Adetoro. See, I know. He said, my brother, I'm glad. So, you know, we had a little moment, a little heart-to-heart, where I basically told him, like, yeah, you know, I may not look it, I may not sound it, but trust me, I'm Nigerian. I came out here when I was 2. And he was like, oh, wow, like, that's nice. Good one. Good one. And we just basically, you know, he asked me if I was Yoruba, told him where I was from, Lagos, and everything like that. And then after that, I ain't gonna lie, that's one thing I will say about, you know, and that's one thing, that's why I feel like, you know, it pays to have black people, have your people in high places, because it's like that whole it's like that whole seriousness of the DMV just went out the window. It was like, it just became a regular conversation, you know, because it's like, I know your background, you know my background. Let's not even give each other a hard time. I know you're just here to handle business. I'm going to help you get through that. And that's what I feel like it turned into, because which should be like that all the time at the DMV, but it's not like that all the time at the DMV. So, you know, it is what it is. So overall, paid $40 to you know, get my ID done. I wasn't dressed for a picture. It is what it is, but I still had, you know what I'm saying, the smile on my face. You know, I think I was kind of serious, but, you know, my issue is with the flash. I always like react. I always have like I always flinch at the flash, because I'm so anticipating. Because I'm trying to hold my pose that by the time the flash comes, it's like I'm like a deer in headlights. So I hope it doesn't represent in the picture, but if it does, it does. At the end of the day, my hair is there. What I'm wearing, like, I make sure not to wear my glasses. I make sure what I look like on a regular basis is what's going to be on that ID picture. So, you know, we're going to see when it gets here. They said 2 to 4 weeks, so hoping the 2, you feel me, because you know, I'm gonna just need that ID more sooner than I, you know what I'm saying, was giving myself credit for. So pretty much after I finished at the DMV, I pretty much head to Stizzy to go buy some cards for my pen. Then after that, because I'm so early, because I anticipated, if I knew I was gonna be that finished that quickly at the DMV, I would have went to the gym with the homies. But someone had already asked me to work out. Shout out to my nigga Luke. So I already probably wasn't gonna be able to go with them anyway. But if I didn't do the Luke workout, I would have went to a workout with them, because I finished so early at the DMV that like literally, like my day, like the DMV wasn't even really like a factor. That's how fast I finished up there. Man, I love my collectibles, bro. I just love myself, bro. Hello Kitty, Naruto. We'll keep her right here, so that way we have some type of company. You feel me? But yeah, so essentially, you feel me? Man, I really am a collector. Like, I love my personality. Like, you could tell the stuff I love by just coming in my room. I just love that. You could tell I fuck with Naruto. You could tell I fuck with Spider-Man. You could tell I fuck with The Simpsons. You could tell I fuck with pins. You could tell I fuck with horror movies. You could tell I fuck with scary movies. Like, wow. You could tell I fuck with anime. You could tell I fuck with Mario, Nintendo. Man, PlayStation, Sony. You feel me? Disney, Universal. You know, like, you could tell I'm educated. You could tell I like designer clothes. Bro, I'm really branded up. No cap. I'm so grateful. Like, I don't compare myself to nobody, fool. No cap. Did I pray this morning? I don't think that I prayed today. I don't even think I brushed my teeth today. There's no way I did all this and I haven't even brushed my teeth today. I doubt that. I probably did. I probably just didn't pray, though. I probably didn't pray. That's probably what I didn't do. But I probably did brush my... Dang. Did I? Because everything I do, y'all know me, I always do a recap. So... yeah, I didn't. No, I didn't. Because I know for a fact... Because what woke me up anyway was my dad telling me to move my car. So, I for sure know. Yeah, I still got to do some shit. Sorry, guys. Just, my breath is stinking. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so embarrassing. But nah. So, yeah. So, pretty much after I finished getting the cards from Stizzy, I went home to do some recycling. After I finished recycling, made $40. So literally the money that I spent at the DMV, made that right back. Came home and I was kind of tired from the recycling, but I kind of, it's sometimes when you're just on your off day, you just be like, dang, I know I had like, at least for me, I know I had planned to do stuff, but I would love to just get it out the way. I would love to just do this shit early. So I was being thirsty. I was going to try to work out with the homie Banju and the homie Luke at the same time. Not at the same time, but, on the same day. So when I had finished at the DMV, I pretty much hit Banju and I was like, oh, are you available to work out? He wasn't available, so pretty much I ended up having to reschedule him, but Luke was still on the table. So pretty much I came home and I kind of was a little tired, so I was like, let me just take a rest real quick and stuff like that. And I ended up sleeping past the time I was supposed to wake up, so I ended up pulling up late to my nigga Luke. But it didn't really matter because, we still had a good workout. It was like an upper body core day. So pretty much he had me do 300 push-ups, 100 decline push-ups, 100 flat push-ups, and 100 weighted or with weight push-ups. Then he had us do 50 pull-ups and then 100 dips. I was cool on the 50 pull-ups. It was the 100 dips that I started feeling. Then after that, we did 2 sets of 30 reps of ins and outs, 2 sets, 40 reps of Russian twist, 2 sets, 45 reps of of scissor legs. And man, when I say I was cool up until the core workout part, man, I was doing good. Then we finished it off with a 1 minute and 30 seconds of plank. And you guys know me, I do 2-minute planks. So it's not that I can't do these planks, it's just after these workouts, I be so pooped, I be so tired that a plank is just so difficult. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much did that. After I finished my workout with Luke, I pretty much did some landscaping. The issue that everything's going good, but I think I got a little bit carried away because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try my best to just get something small. You know what I'm saying? Something small to eat. I was going to just go to get a McDonald's, give me a nice little cheeseburger and a cheap chicken. I ended up getting there and I noticed that they had a $10 FIFA meal deal that comes with a limited edition 1 of 9 cups. So me being me, I really just wanted the cup for real. But they said you could only get the cup with the meal. So I made the decision to delicious. Make the decision to get the meal, which is pretty much a McDouble or McChicken, 4 chicken nuggets, small fries, and then a drink, a small drink plus this. So the $10, just know you're not getting nothing large. You're not getting nothing medium at McDonald's for $10. Everything that's $10 and down is a small. But essentially, came home, ate my meal, and I got the cup of Son. I don't know who this is, but he seems pretty cool. You know, I'm guessing he's a FIFA player. No, I'm guessing. I don't know what team he's on because, like I said, it doesn't really show. It doesn't show the team on here, or does it? It just says McDonald's FIFA World Cup 2026. Yeah, and then of course you have the writing at the bottom. Yeah, it doesn't show what team he's on, but he's Asian. His name is Son. So yeah, you know, of course I could have looked it up, but you know, clearly I didn't and shit. But yeah, that's cool. I like it though. As you guys can see, the visuals for the visual people, this is what it looks like. Do a quick little spin. I'm guessing tiger is, you know, influenced or inspired by him because it looks like a lion or tiger right there with the eyes. He got the red, white, and blue, which is kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? He's doing like a bicycle kick in the picture. It's really cool. And then it says Son Goku. You feel me? So I like it. I fuck with it. You know, I've been using this cup ever since. You know, and I feel bad because I still got my Coca-Cola cup from Universal that I still could be using. So I got to make sure I divide the attention between both of them. But pretty much I got that. And then I came home. And mind you, it's Tuesday. So I still have a run to go do. My issue was I came home too close to the run, eating what I was eating. So I was like super duper like off balance stomach wise for the run, but I still made it to the run. Made it late as fuck, and I still did 6 miles. As far as this run goes, this was probably, I mean, this is a day after the leg day that I was telling you about. So just know I really felt it because boy, my legs were so tight and it just hurt a lot. I'm just put it like that because I don't feel like I run that slow, but this time around, I was running really, really, really slow. I was running at a good pace, but I mean, I wasn't tripping because, like I said, the goal was to be safe. You know what I'm saying? The goal was to like make sure that my legs don't hurt. You know, which is so crazy. I only have 3 efforts here. Yeah, see, that's all good. I'm getting faster each time. I'm gonna get faster. But nah, pretty much first mile 9:50. Mile number 2, 9:07. Mile number 3, 9:21. Then we go right back up. Mile number 4, 9:58. Mile number 5, 10:10. Mile number 6, 10:36. Like when I say my legs was just hurting. You feel me? It was just a lot of pain due to just being sore. That I knew I was like, my legs are. I'm getting new legs right now. So in reality, I probably shouldn't be running right now. But because, like I said, I'm such a what did they say? I'm such a perfectionist. I'm such an accomplisher, I guess. I just couldn't go without doing it. You feel me? Especially because I'm off. It's like, come on, fool. You got to go to this run. So overall, it was 6 miles. It's 6.83 miles. 1 hour, 7 minutes. 1,000 calories. And a 9-minute and 55-second pace. You know what I'm saying? Per mile. So still a very great run. But just from what I just literally told you guys that I did prior, I mean, just know I'm doing good. But honestly speaking, I didn't get no food or nothing. That was the funny part. I just kind of like, what you call it? Cause of the McDonald's I ate, you know what I'm saying? I pretty much, was still full from that, and that's where I knew I was like, yeah, I fucked up with my eating schedule today because I shouldn't have ate that McDonald's because I would have had enough space for the carne asada fries. But either way, Taco Tuesday, woke up early to go to the DMV around 7. Dressed for the gym because I know I was working out later and I didn't know how long it would take. So I did my morning routine, prepped my TikTok for the day, and then headed out to Hawthorne for the DMV. Made it to the DMV, noticed there's no real line. I already told you guys about that system. And then after going inside, had the Nigerian helper, so I had to process. Then after that, I'm talking about the workout that I did. And then, after the run, you feel me? Pretty much I landscaped and I went home and I was hungry still. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get some birria tacos. But my ass, bro, I fell asleep while thinking about getting the food. So by the time I woke up from my nap, the birria taco place was closed, but I didn't know because I forgot what they were called. So when I drove up there to go try to get some birria tacos, I literally pulled up as they were closing down. And you guys know, Fabulous is always open. They're 24/7. So I just decided to go get some Fabulous, and I learned my lesson. I didn't get the fries from Fabulous. I went to McDonald's next door, and I got a small fry, and I went home. Ended my day with some double cheeseburger from Fabulous, small fries from McDonald's, ranch. Delicious. Man, I'm talking about, I eat so good, it's a fucking problem. But nah, then on Wednesday, the last day of our recap, you feel me? I'm about to say nothing too crazy. That was 2 days ago. Woke up and did my journal, prepped today's TikTok, and my to-do list for Wednesday was just to do my topic list for my podcast. So I just had that on my mind. On Wednesday, I had a mid shift, so I was able to go to the gym with the homies. So I made it to the gym, made it inside of Rogers at 9:10, 9:12. Pretty much did my workout around 10:38, and then I went home. It was upper body day with the homies, so just did our normal upper body routine. Around 12, hey Google, stop. Around 12, 11, made it to work. Had a 12 to 9 shift, so I did my shift. And then just had a great shift. But I think the reason I had such a great shift on Wednesday was because I started taking back my manifestation powers. And overall, just the way my week the weekend went. And, like I said, after the trip I had, I just realized I had more ability over manifesting certain realities. I had more power in my reality than I give myself credit for. Even as far as, I was telling you guys about the week that I want to achieve next week. I can achieve it and I will achieve it. I just gotta believe in myself and pretty much put myself in the best position to win. Because on that Wednesday, part of me was like, I don't know, like I said, just sometimes when you go from not working and go to working, you gotta remind yourself, that nigga, it's a privilege to have a job, because being unemployed, it's all fun and games. You're not working, you don't have to do nothing, you don't have no responsibilities, but man, you got no motion and you got no money coming in. I'd much rather have a job where it's like I'm having to make a routine and stuff like that. And like I said, I mean that. Sorry, water break. So pretty much because of that, I said, change your attitude, Cruz. Change your perspective. Change the way you look at going to work. And I remember that there was this video that told me that, hey, if you kind of want to wishful thinking or pretty much guaranteeing certain outcomes for certain events, if you want to have a good day, you kind of start your day and tell yourself today's going to be a good day, because then you start focusing on everything that proves or reinforces that. So you put something that you put something out there, and then you look for the reinforcers. So that shift, because like I said, I'm not going to sit here and talk about anything in particular, but pretty much I was just like, man, this might be a long day. So instead of me believing that it was going to be a long day, I told myself, you know what, Caduce? It's going to be a great shift, and on top of that, it's going to be fast. You're going to be productive. You're going to be so busy that the shift is going to go by so fast because you're going to have stuff to do the whole time. So literally, when I got there, I literally was looking for everything, and everything there was reinforcing that mindset. So overall, like I said, great shift, no complaints. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, just went home. You feel me? After my shift, it was really pretty much it was just a regular Wednesday, you know what I'm saying, on me. But a summary wise, was just happy, blessed, and healthy Wednesday. Woke up around 8 because I know I was going to work out with the bros. So after I did my morning routine, headed to Rogers. That's what I'm saying. Then I did my workout, left to get ready for work. After making my lunch and getting dressed, I headed out to work. Work went great, and I was able to head home quick after landscaping. Then I fell asleep because I was so tired. And on top of that too, what I was the most proud of myself was the fact that I was able to get my podcast list, topic list done that day instead of waiting the next day like I've been doing the last 2 weeks. Because you guys know me, I always like to make sure I get all my shit done on Wednesday, so that way by Thursday morning I could wake up and already have it fresh. And I was proud of myself to say that I did it. And it was so funny because I did on my 15-minute break too, so it kind of irritated me because it just showed me that like if I really do want to get these podcast episodes finished and ready, I could do so. So let's get into some of this topic. So we're gonna start with Instagram first. Hold on. What did I just see? I just seen something that reminded me of somebody's Instagram. But I'm like, I could have sworn I didn't follow them. Yeah, it looked like some flowers or something. What is this? You could highlight, you could see, okay. That's actually kind of scary, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think that should be a thing. So if you go all the way down to all the people's stories that you follow and you watch all their stories, I guess it gives you the ability to see what they recently put into their highlights. That's cool, no, but that's just kind of creepy for me because I'm like, I didn't think that would be a thing that would be necessary to like add to that and stuff. But yeah, part of me, y'all, I'll be honest, part of me is like, because I go to work today, I'm like, dang, should I go take a nap before work, or should I just keep going with this podcast episode and just finish it? I think I could wrap it up, and then we're gonna just talk, because like I said, I'm gonna just do this real quick. So the first topic that I thought was interesting was funding for Planned Parenthood has officially been restored as Republican ban expires. So Planned Parenthood clinics, according to the spiritual world, Planned Parenthood clinics nationwide are regaining access to hundreds of millions of dollars in Medicaid reimbursements as the one-year defunding provision in the GOP's One Big Beautiful Bill Act has officially expired. Starting this weekend, clinics can once again bill the federal government for non-abortion health care services provided to low-income patients, which basically me, because I don't got insurance, niggas like me, we're finally could go back to Planned Parenthood and get our shit tested. So I'm definitely going to tap in with them. So big shout out to Planned Parenthood. I'm so glad that shit is finally off of y'all. Then in Twitch news, Cenat has returned to streaming, and he returned by doing a Streamers University reveal of who he wanted to be and who was going to be the teachers and everything. And within that, he also did a clear the air where he basically sent an apology to his ex-girlfriend Gabrielle Alea following their split. And if you recall, there were various rumors surrounding their breakup. Kai said he didn't handle the controversy correctly. He said the breakup had nothing to do with cheating and that he was too busy to clear her name at the time of the drama. So as far as my opinion, the only thing I have an opinion on, as far as like I said, because I feel like I just went through this recently with Adria, I could definitely see in the moment, you know what I'm saying, just emotionally reacting to something. So I'm really proud of him and the fact that he decided to do what I did, you know what I'm saying, basically come out in public and apologize to her, regardless of what anybody might think. Because overall, me personally, I wouldn't have did this. Me personally, like I said, as far as my girls and everything like that, I like to like just keep that, you know what I'm saying, respectfully. But his platform and his reach is so great that it only makes sense for him to do something like that. So W Kai Cenat, W apology, you feel me, and like big shout out to him for that. So now, as far as, you know, speaking of FIFA has opened an investigation after IShowSpeed faced racial abuse at the game. So if you guys know anything about streaming, there's a guy named IShowSpeed, and he has been, you know, he's very popular and stuff like that. So IShowSpeed makes, you know, she does IRL stream, in real life streaming. And during his stream, he has garnered enough motion and enough, you know, fame and like, you know, just, he's just known enough now to where niggas like the FIFA and like the FIFA company, they want to collaborate with him and want him to be able to promote and like stream him being at the FIFA. Which I know I'll be telling you guys, oh, I don't want to be the most famous nigga, I don't want to be this, I don't want to do that. If my fame is like how IShowSpeed's fame is, where it's like I'm not having to do shit like, cause like I said, if I was to be when I get famous, you know what I'm saying, and I make it, my streams and my videos are going to be workout videos. It's going to be behind the scenes of how I made my clothes, behind the scenes of how I make the videos, behind the scenes, like, you guys want to really see hard work and really see each day the improvement that I put in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be just more I guess exposing of that. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, that's the type of person that I feel like I'm embodying. And then every once in a while, every other weekend, we go outside, we go to the club, we do some debauchery, we do some ratchet shit. But this is the type of fame that I would want to garner, where it's like, nigga, we going to Anime Expo, you know what I'm saying? We going on hikes, we traveling, you know what I'm saying? Then we going to Japan, and we doing go-karts, like we doing just regular shit, you feel me? Like jet ski, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of famous nigga that I want to be. I don't want to be the streamer that's just with bitches all the time, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, cause they don't be having no personality, bro. And it'd be like the whole time is just me just trying to fuck them for the stream, and then y'all just be in the comments just horny like, yeah, Caduce, yeah. I'm not doing that. But with IShowSpeed streaming and his thing, I feel like he's shown what us black people have been knowing from the start. Motherfuckers in other countries and in our own country don't like us. This nigga streaming on FIFA, yet the fucking fans have all this energy and animosity towards him because he's black. They call him monkey. They're making monkey noises. They're doing all this derogatory terms, derogatory, you know what I'm saying, actions towards him, to the point where now FIFA has opened a whole investigation. So FIFA is seeking justice for Speed. FIFA has launched an official investigation after IShowSpeed was subjected to racist abuse during his live streams of World Cup matches, with the incident prompting an immediate response from the organization. Man. So FIFA basically said, FIFA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. These actions have no place in football, at the FIFA World Cup, or anywhere in society. FIFA was made aware of an incident involving a supporter and IShowSpeed at Miami Stadium during the Argentina versus Cabo Verde match. Mind you, you guys are in Miami. It's not even like you're in Argentina. You're in Miami. You're in America. Sorry. Match on July 3rd, 2026, and immediately initiated an investigation. The FIFA World Cup is a celebration of unity, diversity, and respect. Unity, diversity, and respect. Unity, that means bringing people together. Diversity, that means a diverse group. And respect, that means respecting others. It brings together people, cultures, and communities from around the world. And anyone who acts in a manner that undermines these values is not welcome in our game. I like that. Even though we know that the company just got to do what the company got to do, I love that. Because, like, come on, fool. Like, that shit hurt. I remember I seen a clip of IShowSpeed. He was walking through a restaurant, and this white lady flicked him off. And he's just like me. He walked up to her, calm as hell. Why'd you flick me off? Oh, she just clammed up. And oh my gosh, man. I was so mad for him because everybody around the table was telling him like he should leave her alone when she's the one that flicked him off and made herself that brought the attention to herself. Yeah, he was the one that was basically told to calm down and to not do too much. You see what I mean? Niggas can't win for nothing. So in music news, popular distribution company DistroKid for independent artists has reportedly sold for around $2 billion to a private equity firm. Over 4 million independent artists are using DistroKid. 4 million, including me, because I'm a part of DistroKid. So private capital behemoth CVC Capital Partners has reached an agreement with DistroKid to acquire a majority stake in the indie distribution platform. The company's announced on Monday, July 6th. And in government news, the Treasury Department has officially scrapped its plans to put Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent announced. So I don't know if you guys know this, but a couple years back, they were saying how they're going to put Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill. But I guess that never came to fruition because they just kept pushing it back and back. And once Trump kind of came into presidency, we kind of knew it was up in the air, especially once he started talking about he's going to put himself on the $100 bill. I didn't know how realistic this was going to happen. But officially now, the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent just announced that they're not gonna do it. So that's cool, I guess. Fuck them niggas. And according to Meta, in Meta updates, its Ray-Ban smart glasses are to stop recording if the LED light is tampered with. I don't know how the truth this is, but according to Meta, they're rolling out a mandatory software update for the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses that disables the onboard camera entirely if the device detects that the privacy LED has been covered, tampered with, or destroyed. This move specifically targets hardware monitors and underground services that previously bypassed previous software blocks, The Verge and Gadget. I guess that's what it's called. It's called that blocks The Verge and Gadget. The update ensures that the recording light and camera operate as a single system gadgets now. Previous generation glasses would only pause recording and prompt the user to uncover the lens if tape was detected over the indicator. But modders quickly found workarounds by physically drilling or desoldering the LED NBC News digital trends. I'm guessing these are the places that are saying where this information is coming by, and they're just putting it in the sentence. In addition to the software fix, Meta has also started aggressively cracking down on third-party individuals offering hardware modification services by removing advertisements and post-prompting LED tampering services across its platforms, banning user accounts that advertise these services, and pursuing legal action against malicious service operators. So in the sense of Meta glasses, Ray-Ban, this is a big W for the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, because this was a big part of why I felt like it'd be so hard for me to even record with my Meta glasses in public, because I feel like the cringe, the guys that shoot their shot, they made it so weird, they made it so awkward for a regular non-weirdo like me that I don't even want to, that even though I know my indicator is on, I don't even want to record people because I just feel like it's just so awkward and people don't be wanting it. So I'm glad that they're cracking down on the people that are affecting their Meta glasses and trying to make it to where they can't be known that they're recording, because I feel like that's weird. If you're walking up to somebody, especially if you're doing something that's going to be, you know what I'm saying, I guess reactionary, you should at least give that person the ability to know that, A, they're being recorded. You know what I'm saying? They should be alert. But as far as Twitter news, a Ford worker was fired after being accused of stealing a cookie, only for the company to later confirm he paid for it. The employee declined an offer to return after losing his job of 11 years. So according to Dextro, Crom, who is a diabetic, says that during his shift, he bought a cookie after his blood sugar, went down. So during the shift, his blood sugar went down. Then he basically bought the cookie, and I guess the system didn't register that he bought it, but the money went through, and then eventually it did confirm that he bought it. The union informed that Crom that the payment kiosk operator Aaron Mack confirmed that his cookie payment form on June 12 was working, but by then it was too late. By then he had already accepted a better role closer to home starting the day after Memorial Day, and his new pay bumped his new position from 48 hours to $52 plus an extra $10 bonus. So God is so great. Imagine that. You've been working at somewhere for 11 years. You buy a cookie, for some weird reason, the system doesn't prompt or doesn't show that the transaction went through. But you know you paid for it, and you know you will never steal from a company that you love working at. The company does the due diligence. I guess they figure out. But instead of them, because I'm on both sides of the spectrum on this one, because at the end of the day, I've been in a situation where I got, the can and shit like that. But I feel like in this situation, you should look at the person's character. But I know to them, being, that I've worked in AP and LP before, they're going off of just internal. This nigga didn't pay for something, let's get him out of here. It's just really, you just gotta feel like an asshole though. Like, you gotta feel like a real shitty person when you end up finding out that they did pay for it and you didn't really lost a great person, you lost a great asset to your company, just to find out that the moment you try to rehire them, they've already accepted a better position at another place. Oh man. And it's closer to home. Oh man. That gotta be really embarrassing. So Ford, I hope you guys learn to be more aware and check before you guys start firing people, because now you guys got this guy over here. You guys just basically, and that's what amazing God is. You guys just basically just gave this guy another opportunity to get more money, and he's taking it. In anime news, also according to Dextro, 7 people have been accused of running an anime piracy site, HiAnime, and have been arrested in Vietnam. Authorities say the group ran more than 100 websites and generated nearly $13 million in advertising revenue. Sheesh! 7 people. I wish I was part of this group. Damn. And then, YouTuber scammer Payback and Trilogy Media have been credited with helping crack a $65 million fraud ring that targeted thousands of U.S. seniors. Not all heroes wear capes. Some have YouTube channels, a U.S. attorney said after the creators helped identify the suspects. So I guess federal prosecutors say that more than 30 people have been now charged in connection with the fraud. So I guess it was a system of frauding that was pretty much going around. They were like taking money from old people. And it's even funnier because if you see this picture, it's like this old Asian guy, or like this Asian guy with like the stack. So I don't think it's not a culture thing, bro. I think it's just a money thing. Once you niggas get money, we niggas just want to start taking pictures with it. Because in my head, I'm like, bro, imagine knowing that you're scamming people and you taking pictures like this. Stupid. But a student pilot successfully landed a plane by herself after her instructor jumped to his death mid-flight. So allegedly, this student pilot was flying a plane. Student pilot, they with the instructor. Mid-flight, the instructor told her, "You know what to do," and then they jumped from the aircraft. But apparently, they didn't have a parachute, and they jumped to their death. Like, that's so crazy. Like, that's sad. That's sad, actually. Because I'm like, I wonder what he must have been going through to make him feel like, yeah, like, damn. And she was 22 years old. And then her pilot person was Bertazzo. You know what to do. Removed his headset, arranged his belongings, taking off his seatbelt, and exiting the aircraft. Oh my gosh. That's so crazy. So he died. Wow. That's so sad. They said that they later took off in another aircraft to search for Brazzo. They found his body in a field 15 to 20 minutes later. He was pronounced dead. He was working there for 4 years. That is so sad. And he completed another lesson the day before, earlier that day without incident. Wow. Oh, dang. So I'm guessing they thought it must have been an issue, but possible suicide. They said his father said he was having a bad time and that he had consulted a psychiatric clinic. Wow. Damn, that's sad, bro. That's so crazy. I guess State Farm is doing a collaboration with streamers because they have all these streamers now. Gamerhood, streaming Friday starting 7/31. Play for a chance to win. What is this? So you can enter for a chance to win. What is this shit? So I guess Jake from State Farm. That's what I'm saying. I don't be knowing like these streamers, bro. Senna, Marlon, Playboy Plas, he got mad. He got motion. Jason DeWeen. If I'm going gamers, I don't see none of these niggas as gamers, bro. I don't know what game Senna plays. I never seen Marlon play a game. I see Marlon do like real life sports. Like IShowSpeed being here, it just seems so awkward. Man, they said they teamed up with some of your favorite streamers. You guys haven't teamed up with none of my favorite streamers, bro. I be feeling like such a hater, bro, because I be like, I don't be knowing why you guys watch these streamers that y'all be watching, but I don't know, bro. Like I said, for me, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm so glad, beauty don't move me because you can. no offense, there's so many streamers, women out there that's just streamers because they're beautiful, but like, hey, it worked. It worked for them and shit. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Damn. And his mom was getting jumped too? That's crazy. I don't respect nobody that puts hands on a woman, bro. And then you guys got little kids fighting this guy. And that's what I'm saying. You guys be doing shit like this, and then when niggas come back and do stuff, y'all be trying to be like, what? 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 Oh my gosh. And y'all hit his mother? Oh yeah, y'all done. Y'all cooked. I ain't gonna lie, gang. Y'all cooked, gang. Y'all cooked, gang, bro. I thought we knew that mothers was off limits, bro. I thought we knew mothers was off limits, bro. What pisses me off, I told you guys, my fear is really getting jumped. I ain't gonna lie. Like, that's my biggest fear, because I be feeling like, man, that shit be just so sad. But nah. And then, of course, I'm about to say, so yeah, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, hey guys, we have did it. Joe, we did it, Joe. We did it, Joe. It's your boy K Saxy P. It has been episode 53 of the STAYDOWNLA Podcast. Happy 1 year anniversary to me. Happy 1 year anniversary to us, and happy 1 year anniversary to all the Scorpions. I apologize for the lack of media and everything conversations, because like I said, I didn't watch no movie this week, so I can't tell you guys about a movie this week. I've just been watching Jujutsu Kaisen, and I was gonna talk about it, but I realized it's not really. It's hard to talk about. It's hard to talk about anime if you don't really watch it, because I would literally have to sit here and break down each episode and break down each frame, and that's not gonna be really fair. But movie wise, I'll give you guys a nice full explanation next week of Evil Dead Burn. So please stick around for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Wherever it is you guys might be watching, I want to say thank you guys. I want to say I'm so grateful. I'm so appreciative. I love each and every one of y'all. It's your boy K Saxy P, and I'm out of here. Peace.